Koiki Media, we're bringing the world closer to your doorstep.
Koiki Media, Koiki Media, Koiki Media, we bringing the world closer to your doorstep.
Koiki Media, Koiki Media, Koiki Media, we bringing the world closer to your doorstep.
Àwọn sálárà àgbà yìí dá, àwa ló láṣà àti èdè. Gbígbédè lárugẹ nílẹ̀ Oòduà o, àwa gangan ni bàbá.
Koiki Media, Koiki Media, Koiki Media, we bringing the world closer to your doorstep.
They never sabi wetin we carry for her.
But we dey move closer before them to sabi.
I said they never know wetin we carry for body.
But we dey move closer before them to sabi.
Ọ̀kín lọ lọ́jà ẹyẹ, ìníhùn ló ló lajú.
Ẹyẹ tó lórí kodò bí àdán ọ̀pẹ̀tẹ̀ lẹ́nu.
Ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ilẹ̀ bàbá wa, ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ìlú bàbá wa, ká jùmọ̀ sowọ́pọ̀ ká lè tó dúdú àga.
Odùduwà kò bá lè gbé wá.
Ọmọ Odùduwà ṣe gírí, ẹ dìde fún ẹ̀tọ́ adúláwọ̀, ká lè jọ jùmọ̀ gbé délẹ̀ ìlérí, ká wálé gba ògo ilẹ̀ wa, ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká lè jọ gbàdé, ká lè gbàdé adé adúláwọ̀, àwa ní ìmọ̀lẹ̀ tí yóò tàn káàkiri.
Ọmọ Odùduwà ni wá.
Koiki Media, àwa là ń gbé tó lárugẹ.
Ètò tó pọ̀jù owó tí wọ́n mọ̀ ní.
Kásá ẹgbẹ́ polówó ọjà wà kájé bùgbà yín jẹ.
Ètò tó pọ̀jù owó tí wọ́n mọ̀ ní.
À ń gbé tó lárugẹ, à ń gbàsà lárugẹ.
Ètò tó pọ̀jù owó tí wọ́n mọ̀ ní.
News and sports ẹ máa rí gbọ́.
Ètò tó pọ̀jù owó tí wọ́n mọ̀ ní.
Ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú alárẹ̀ mi ló ní kí n máa ké tantan. Koiki Media ọ̀rọ̀ lágbájúmọ̀ mi o, máa bá ṣẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ o. Ọmọ Yorùbá nìyẹn, ọmọ Yorùbá tata o. À ń gbádùn rẹ, ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú alárẹ̀ mi, ṣẹ́yìn ló máa fi dìbò tẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ o. Ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ onígbò máa ń dé máa dé, ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ onígbò máa wọ̀ o. Igbó máa wọ̀ tó àjòjì ò gbọ́dọ̀ wọ̀, àjòjì tó bá wọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ á tẹ̀lé ní ẹbọra. Ẹ̀yin lọ máa náwó kóyìnbó tó dé, ìgbà tó yìnbó dé o, owó náà dẹ́ tún pọ̀ sí o. Koiki Media ṣàwa ní bàbá. Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá.
Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá.
Àdáńtọ́ àtúnpèrègèdè.
Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá.
Àwa là ń gbé tò lárugẹ, jẹ́ ká jọ gbọ́ o.
Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá.
Àtúnjà fẹ́tọ̀ ilẹ̀ wa, fẹ́tọ̀ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá.
Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá.
Ọmọ Oòduà ni wá o, tọkàntọkàn.
Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá.
Ikú tí ó ṣe bí lébi òsì, àdìmú bàbá iyọ̀.
Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá.
We bring you work closer to your doorstep.
Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá.
Afẹ́fẹ́ tó ń fẹ́ o, tó ń kan gíogò lára ni.
Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá.
Àpèrègèdè Olódùmarè ló fún wa ṣe.
Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá.
Gbogbo ayé ẹ gbọ́, àwa ní bàbá o.
Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá.
Ẹ máa bọ̀ wá ẹgbẹ́ polówó ọjà yín wá o.
Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá.
Odùduwà lágbédá ní, òtítọ́ lágbédá ní.
Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá.
A kì í sọ̀dálẹ̀, a kì í sóníkèéta.
Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá.
Àdúró tán, a tún pèrègèdè.
Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá.
media, we bring you work closer to your doorstep. Koiki Media is around
To give us latest.
Is around
To give us latest.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Ẹ mú kalẹ̀ sílẹ̀, ẹ tẹ́tí ẹ gbọ́ ètò tó kojú gbogbo.
ladies and gentlemen,
Ẹ mú kalẹ̀ sílẹ̀, ẹ tẹ́tí ẹ gbọ́ ètò tó kojú gbogbo.
Koiki Media is around.
To give us latest.
Koiki Media.
Freedom is all we want. Give us Odùduwà nation. Free us, let's go. Iléyá, Iléyá mi ò dúró mọ́, Iléyá mi mò ń lọ.
Iléyá, Iléyá wa ò dúró mọ́, Iléyá wa ò lọ.
Oríṣà ò lè gbé ní. Ó yẹ kó fi ní sílẹ̀ bó ṣe bá mi.
Iléyá,
Ó ti yá.
Iléyá wa ò dúró mọ́, Iléyá wa ò lọ.
United Nation, ẹ fún wọn lómìnira. Odùduwà nation là ń fẹ́.
Iléyá,
Ó ti yá.
Iléyá wa ò dúró mọ́, Iléyá wa ò lọ.
Ẹkùn ń pọ́nmọ́ wa jẹ́sẹ̀ ya káwọ́ lẹ́rọ̀. Bó bá pọ́nmọ́ ọba o, ariwo wọ́ta.
Iléyá,
Ó,
Iléyá wa ò dúró mọ́, Iléyá wa ò lọ.
gbogbo ẹ̀yin gómìnà South West pátá, ẹ má wò wá níran o, ẹ bá wa dá sí i.
Iléyá,
Ah,
Iléyá wa ò dúró mọ́, Iléyá wa ò lọ.
gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá pátá, ẹ má mọ̀ dá wọn dán o, ẹ bá wa dá sí i.
Iléyá,
Ó ti yá.
Iléyá wa ò dúró mọ́, Iléyá wa ò lọ.
Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, ẹ má wò wá níran o, ẹ bá wa dá sí i.
Iléyá,
Ó ti yá.
Iléyá wa ò dúró mọ́, Iléyá wa ò lọ.
Ṣé Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho, Professor Banji o, ẹ bá wa dá sí i.
Iléyá,
Ó ti yá.
Iléyá wa ò dúró mọ́, Iléyá wa ò lọ.
Gbogbo ẹ̀yin social cultural group pátá, ẹ má jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ yín o, ẹ jẹ́ àjọṣe o.
Iléyá, Iléyá wa ò dúró mọ́, Iléyá wa ò lọ.
Gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá nílé ní diaspora, ẹ má jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ wa o, ẹ jẹ́ àjọṣe o.
Iléyá,
Ó ti yá.
Iléyá wa ò dúró mọ́, Iléyá wa ò lọ.
Mùsùlùmí Kìrìsìtẹ́nì ẹlẹ́sìn àbáláyé, ẹ má jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ wa o, ẹ jẹ́ àjọṣe o.
Iléyá, Iléyá wa ò dúró mọ́, Iléyá wa ò lọ.
Iléyá o, Iléyá o, Iléyá wa ò lọ.
Iléyá, Iléyá wa ò dúró mọ́, Iléyá wa ò lọ.
Ilé ti yá, ilé ti yá, Iléyá wa ò lọ nítorí o.
Iléyá, Iléyá wa ò dúró mọ́, Iléyá wa ò lọ.
It's Ramori Oduduwa on the mic.
Ọmọ Ìbàràpá lápapọ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àkí ọmọ Yorùbá lápapọ̀ tìlé tó kó ẹ̀mí àbọ̀ ẹ̀bá nkọ́mọ Adéyẹmọ Chief Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho orúkọ ńlá tí ń jámọ̀ láyà bí àrá orúkọ tó ń dẹrù bo lórúkọ gan-an. Ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ má sùn o torí pé bùrà a kò lè fojú kégbodò láyé títa ríro lẹ̀dá ń kọlà wúrà tó máa dán alànà kọjá dandan o. Ọ̀wọ́n irin ní má bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọ̀nà ẹ̀dá kan ò lè ṣì wá lọ́nà mọ́ ẹjẹ́ àfìmọ̀ṣọ̀kan ká lè débi re ẹjẹ́ àjọ gbárùkù ti Sunday Ìgbòho ṣá ọmọ Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ nílùú Alágbàdo Òde ọmọ atapẹ̀tẹ̀ wọnú omi ọmọ gèdèlè wodò sànyà ìsànyà ò rẹ́ràn bàbá yín láàrin ìdí omi kò sì náà ń kán sí yín lẹ́nu ọmọ òkúta mẹ́ta òkè Ìgbòho ìkan ń ṣe yín ní dábọ̀dàbọ̀ ìkan ní mọ́ rọra ìkan tó kù nígbà tí wọ́n ò mọ̀ Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ kí ló dé Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ sí ọmọ òpópó sanran ìgbàgede Ìgbòho sùn wọn láláìsí bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọn ní kó ní bẹ̀rẹ̀ ó máa kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ ẹ̀sìn òní bímọ méjì ní Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ bẹ́sìn bá bímọ méjì ní Ìgbòho àfikàn pọpọ sí amúkan yòókù bọ sànyà àtúmúyà rẹ̀ tí ò lọ́rọ̀ gbọ́ àfiṣẹrù wálé wàrà mòjé ọmọ onílé ọlà àwọn àjòjì tó ń ṣe ségesège tán láwọn ò ní bomi kó sí mu wọ́n láwọn ò ní bomi sàn ìyàwó ẹsẹ̀ ìgbà tójú kò fi rí ńkọ́ gbogbo wọn náà sáré bomi kó sí mu wọ́n sì bomi sàn ìyàwó ẹsẹ̀ ọmọ abẹ́rẹ́ mẹ́ta òde ayé ọ̀kan ṣẹ́ ọ̀kan tẹ̀ ọ̀kan tó kù ní gbogbo ayé ti ránṣọ kiri gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá Sunday Igboho onírèlẹ̀ láéláé torí àbá lásán nìkan ń dá òkúta ò ṣe gbé fún wọn o ìmọ̀ràn lásán ni ti balùwẹ̀ kò pọ́sibú kó dòdò láyé ń bí ó kún díẹ̀ títọ́ domi láéláyé ìtọ́ mi lè domi Sunday Igboho arógun má ti dí tó ń jà fẹ́tọ̀ Yorùbá ní tilé tó kó ọmọ Ìbàràpá lápapọ̀.
Kí ló kà? Kí ló wí? Kí ló ọ̀dọ́? Kí ló kà? Kí ló kà? Kí ló wí? Kí ló ọ̀dọ́? Kí ló kà? Kí ló kà? Kí ló wí? Kí ló ọ̀dọ́? Kí ló kà?
Again. No going back. Igboho òòṣà iṣẹ́ rẹ̀ ń tẹ̀síwájú. Mr. Koiki ẹ ṣé o, àwọn ọmọ mi ló ń kí yín o. Àwọn ọmọ mi ló ń kí yín o. Lágbára Ọlọ́run, a máa délẹ̀ lérí o lórúkọ Jésù. Yorùbá nation.
Impediment to Yoruba development is the impediment to Oodua development. Without Nigeria, we won't be where we are. 1962, we were far ahead of South Korea and North Korea. We were far ahead of China even. We had television before France. We had radio before South Africa. Now look at where we are today. I think it's a shame that even any Yoruba man can be talking about restructuring at this point in time. What are we restructuring? This country that is already shot to pieces? I don't think that's what we want. But they are always talking about giving Nigeria a chance. The patience of Yoruba with Nigeria has come to an end.
If you don't allow we Biafrans to go, that zoological republic called Nigeria will be a worse place than Somalia. And today it is happening. And if you have not applied for your Somalian visa, please try and do so. Should I say Somali visa? Try and do so as quickly as possible, because the zoo is on the path of destruction, and there is nothing man can do to reverse it. Mark today's date and what I'm telling you. Nigeria will be destroyed beyond human comprehension.
Which is it for you, Dr. Obadiah? Do you think the government is unwilling or unable to protect the people of Southern Kaduna?
In fact, it is not only unable, it is unwilling, and we have good reason to feel that they are part and parcel of the killers. Let me make some revelations to you.
That's a very big allegation, Dr. Obadiah. The government is part and parcel of the killers.
Yes.
That's big.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, how would the government just say, oh, it is revenge killing and so on? Then you leave it there. Oh, because it is revenge killing and so on and so forth. The body language of this administration, the body language of the state government shows clearly that they have a hand in the killings. No doubt about it. Because, you see, General Abacha, and people don't give him his due. Do you think he would have tolerated such nonsense? And let me make some revelations, because some of us also have our own intelligence networks.
Okay.
Have met with some of the bandits. We have met with some of their high commanders. One or two who have repented. They have sat down with us, not once, not twice. They told us that one of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. Boko Haram and the bandits are one and the same thing. They have a sophisticated network. During this lockdown, their planes were moving up and down as though there was no lockdown. Moving ammunitions, moving logistics, moving money, and distributing them in different parts of the country. They are already in the south, in the rainforest of the south. They are everywhere. They told us that when they finish these rural killings, they will move to phase 2. The phase 2 is they will go into the urban cities, going from house to house, killing prominent people. I can tell you, this is the game plan. By 2022, they want to start a civil war in Nigeria.
But the numbers involved and the fact that we are going to become a minority in our own country before 2050, well before 2050 for the younger people, that I term to be genocide. And I'm backed up again by the United Nations definition on genocide, which quite specifically says, in the present convention, genocide means any of the acts committed with intent to destroy, in whole or in part, a national, ethical, racial or religious group, and deliberately inflicting on that group conditions of life calculated to bring about its physical destruction, in whole or in part. Now, go to any city centre, which is inundated with the third world. You will not see any white people in Tower Hamlets. You won't see white people in all parts of Luton, parts of Leicester, all across the country, because they have been driven out. They have lost their right to exist as a culture and a race in their own country. This is what's happened in an incredibly short period of time, and it started from a small base. Now that small base of people, when they double, when their demographic doubles from 100,000 to 200,000, it doesn't really matter. But when you get to the point now where we've got 4 million Muslims in this country, they are going to become 8 million within the next decade, and then 16 million, and then 32 million. And we, meanwhile, are dwindling as a race. Our government is against us, our media is against us, we are losing a racial war, we are losing a cultural war, and we've lost, essentially, today, because we're standing up now trying to do something about it, but we are not helped by our own people who are running our government and running our country and running our education and running our media and running our councils. They are intent on seeing us reduced to a small, servile race of people. Why they want to do this, I simply don't know. Some of them are evil, some of them are naive and stupid and don't understand, but combined with the evil and with the naivety, we are in serious, serious trouble, and our children and our grandchildren are going to be utterly confused by how did you allow this to happen, and what sort of people were you to sit back and allow this to happen under your noses because you were frightened of being called a racist? Really, one word has made you sit back and do nothing while your country was ripped from underneath your feet. You have got to be joking. But we're not joking. We are trying to do something about it, but our government, the European Union, the United Nations, they are intent on ripping our country and our culture out from under our feet, and it is so important that we are not allowing ourselves to be called a racist if we stand up and say, I want to protect my country, I want to protect my culture, I want to protect my race. You are the racist because what you are doing is probably the most evil act of criminal racism carried out in the history of mankind. You have deliberately reduced an indigenous people to servitude. They are the racists. The left liberals are the racists. We are decent, proud patriots, and we should be very proud of ourselves, and we've got to keep fighting this until we win. Thank you very much.
This is a replica of a skull from Nigeria, and it was dug up in 1965 by Thurston Shaw and his team, an archaeologist. It is about 13,000 years old, and my colleague Katerina Havati used a new technique of digitizing the surface of the skull in 1972, and she found, as I did, that it does not look like recent African material. So here we've got a recent African skull, and here's the skull from Iwo Eleru in Nigeria. You can see that this skull is much longer, it's much lower, and all in all it's got a much more what we could call primitive appearance, even though it's only 13,000 years old. And in Katerina's analyses, she found that the nearest neighbour in terms of the overall shape of the skull was this specimen from Tanzania, from a site called Ngaloba, which is, we think, about 140,000 years old. So you've got a specimen that's only 13,000 years old, but it looks like it should be, you know, another 100,000 years older in terms of its shape.
So what's going on?
So this suggests that human evolution in Africa was more complex, that the transition to modern humans was not a straight kind of transition and then a cut-off. The archaic humans did not necessarily die away once they'd given rise to modern humans. They may have been living in some parts of Africa alongside, in a sense, their descendants, and perhaps exchanging genes with them. Just as Neanderthals seem to have interbred with people outside of Africa, archaic humans in Africa could have been interbreeding with modern humans inside of Africa, and this skull may show a reflection of that interbreeding between archaic and modern humans. This is a replica of a skull from Nigeria, and it was dug.
And happy Sunday to us all, and welcome. Live 3rd of September 2023 is just coming up to 18:35. It's a 24 hours clock, but then by my solo dot in 6:35. We started the program so that a lot of us can have understanding of part of what we want to discuss. Nyamushikoko play some of the videos so that you can have a feelings of how even the Oyibo people, my mom doesn't like me to call them, you know, the other name. Àwọn Oyibo gan tara pé they are losing the block. There's so many indigenous people that will probably overthrow them in their territory by 2050. But nílẹ̀ Yoruba, we are not concerned people. Happy Sunday of the month of September, the month that has the birth when a woman carried that pregnancy for 9 months. A very, very unique month where we might not see the kind of full moon, the blue moon, in the next 3 decades. That's 30 years. I welcome you to the program. Moki Bugwa from all the platforms on the TikTok, the Instagram, the Twitter, the MixLR, the Facebook, the YouTube. My name is not something that I should be telling you all the time, but the future that will watch this video needs to know the person sitting down here, and that means my name is Olayomi Koiki. A lot of you probably know me as Koiki Media. One out of so many media agitating for the right to self-determination. The right to self-determination is not a crime under any international law. As of today, I don't know, maybe tomorrow, under the African Union. It's our right to decide whether we want to remain as part of Nigeria or not. Tabade sọ pé a fẹ́ ṣe Nàìjíríà mọ́, ẹ̀tọ́ wa náà ni pé ká sọ fún ìjọba Nàìjíríà pé a ṣe mọ́. Ó wá kù sí ìjọba Nàìjíríà láti accept bóyá òun sì fẹ́ jẹ́ ká dúró sínú Nàìjíríà on their own terms and conditions. Àbí káwa sọ pé no, a ṣe Nàìjíríà mọ́ on our own terms and conditions. Ọ̀nà wo ló lè easy láti fi gba Yorùbá nation? The olóṣèlú wa, they can call for a referendum and we can ask questions. Àwọn kan ní àtẹ need a referendum, we should just pull out, make a declaration. Àwọn kan ní we might be preparing for a long ride nítorí pé ìntàgbédání ó ṣeéṣe kó lọ sí ìntàǹpè ní ìjà. Between who? Àwọn wo ló fẹ́ bára wọn jà? Tẹ́ bá ń sọ pé a máa jà àbí tá a bá ń fẹ́ jà, àwọn wo la fẹ́ bá jà? Who are we gonna fight? Who do we intend to fight? Ṣé government la fẹ́ kọjú ìjà sí àbí láàrin ara wa? Àwọn kan náà wọ́n prefer Nigeria nítorí pé culture wà níbẹ̀, ó wà unique, identity wà nínú ẹ̀. I don't know how they're able to get that, but it seems that there are some people telling them that there is a Nigerian culture, and that is the reason why a tún fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ ní ọ̀sán yìí, ní ìrọ̀lẹ́ yìí, ní àárọ̀ yìí. Bí mo ti ṣe ń kí ọba Elédùmarè, Àjọkẹ́ ayé, Àṣàkẹ́ ọ̀run, from whatever religion that you believe in, even if you do not believe in anything. Màá máa kí àwa Kristẹni pé ẹ̀yin lẹ ní Sunday, nítorí pé Sunday is very unique and important to the Christian tó jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá àti tó kàn ṣe ọmọ Yorùbá. So Sunday ó ṣe tó jẹ́ pé gbogbo àgbáyé, everybody looks up to Sunday. Àwọn kan look up to it. Torí pé àwa wà ní southwest part of Nigeria la ṣe ń rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Tó bá lọ sí China, tó bá lọ sí South Korea, wàá rí pé nǹkan míì ló ń ṣe níjọ́ Sunday. Ó ní irú ìṣẹ̀ṣe táwọn náà ń ṣe. They have their own culture, their own tradition. So tá bá ń sọ pé Sunday ọjọ́ ìsinmi gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ̀yin ti ṣe understand ẹ̀ nìyẹn in their own doctrine, kò mí pé bí àwọn kan náà ṣe ní understanding ẹ̀ nìyẹn. Ẹ̀yin lẹ mọ̀ pé Sunday ní ọjọ́ ìsinmi, ẹlòmíì ò rí àsọjọ́ ìsinmi bí kan bá tẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lé ní àwọn èèyàn ti jáde lọ́tọ́ lọ ń ṣiṣẹ́. So but Sunday nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ó wà very very unique. So a kí gbogbo wa pé it's the first Sunday of the month of September. Bí mo ti ṣe wá ń kí àwọn Mùsùlùmí, a máa sọ fún gbogbo wa pé whether you are in Nigeria or outside Nigeria, Saudi Arabia care less whether they are Christian with them as long as they can fulfill and understand that this is an Islamic country. Nígbà tí Ronaldo fẹ́ lọ play ní Saudi Arabia, wọ́n compromise. Nítorí pé Ronaldo tí fẹ́yàwó ẹ̀, girlfriend boyfriend ló sì ń ṣe. Òfin Saudi Arabia dẹ̀ sọ fún wa pé gbogbo ẹni tó bá fẹ́ gbé níbẹ̀ ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ gbé ní tọkọtaya ni. So that means pé wọ́n bend the rules. So tá bá ń sọ pé a fẹ́ Yorùbá nation, it has nothing to do with Islam. Whether you believe as a Muslim or you don't believe as a Muslim, it's entirely up to you. But what we will not tolerate is that we do not want the breed or the ideology of àwọn kan tó máa dìde, tó máa di Boko Haram or terrorist or ISIS. ISIS tẹ́ ń rí yẹn is something that was, put together by some people. You don't have to believe that. Àwọn oníṣẹ̀ṣe ìntàdébá tamọ̀ ni, ìyẹn mo ṣe mú yín padà lọ sí Ìwó Elérú. Ìwó Elérú ti ń bẹ for a very long time, but that skull was found in 1965. Tẹ̀bádà ìrígbà tí professor yẹn ṣàlàyé, kò sọ pé ilẹ̀ Haúsá ló ti rí. Ìwó Elérú was found somewhere in the southwest known as Ondo State.
And it was dug up in 1965 by Thurston Shaw and his team, an archaeologist. It is about 13,000 years old.
13,000 years old. Ìwó Elérú, 13,000 years old. So when we look at it, that means pé ibì kan wà tí a mọ̀ sí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tó ti exist at least for 13,000 years old. Àwọn kan ló lọ gbé níbẹ̀, àwọn kan ló migrate lọ síbẹ̀, I don't know, but in terms of pé 13,000 years is what we call Iwo Eleru, found somewhere in the southwest part of Nigeria. Kò ń ṣe ilẹ̀ Igbo ló ti rí, kò ń ṣe Middle Belt ló ti rí, kò dẹ̀ ń ṣe ilẹ̀ Haúsá ló ti rí, ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ni wọ́n ti rí. So ìtọ́fi lè mú rí níbẹ̀, agbárí ni. Nígbà tó dẹ̀ check ẹ̀, wọ́n rí pé kíní ti ń bẹ more than 13,000 years. So táwọn kan bá wá ń bínú towards our tradition, ẹ máa ṣe sùúrù díẹ̀. Torí pé the analysis of 13,000-year-old skull from a cave in the West Africa reveals a skull more primitive. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí i. Gbogbo àwọn tó náà wọ́n fẹ́ Yorùbá nation, we don't have to argue with them or fight with them, but it's our job to continue to enlighten and tell them, àwọn wo gangan, who does not want Nigeria to break? Àwọn wo gangan náà fẹ́ kí Nigeria kó break? Who are those that still wants to keep that entity, that demonic part of the continent around the world that has no value system for human rights, not to talk about the citizen? Àwọn wo gangan? Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin listeners wa from around the world. This is the platform that gives it to you and try to break it down as much as possible. But up to you to take it or leave it. It's not by force. But at the back of your mind, ẹ máa rántí pé there are millions of people that are now concerned about the entity, that geographical location tá à ń pè ní Nigeria. Whether for the good reason or for the bad reason. Kò ń ṣàwa nìkan la wà concerned around the world. Even the British are becoming concerned that they are losing their territory because a lot of us are migrating to that part of the globe, tá à ń pè ní United Kingdom. And the world is changing. How? This is what this man have to tell us at the video we play again, and let me throw a little bit of light to it.
The numbers involved and the fact that we are going to become a minority in our own country before 2050.
Oh, now máa di minority. Did you hear that? Òyìnbó ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn pé àwọn máa di minority lórí ilẹ̀ àwọn by 2050. Ṣé àwọn máa wá lajú wọn sílẹ̀ káwọn di minority kí èmi àti àwọn ìlú míì kọ́ wá di the majority? If the Òyìnbó people táwọn bá wà concerned that they will become the minority, kí wá ló dé táwa fi sọ pé àwa concerned? Ìyẹn la ṣe ń ṣe ìbà fún bàbá wa Professor Adébánjí Akíntóyè, the only leader of the Yoruba nation movement, not the only leader in Yoruba land. A ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ elders within the Yoruba territory, but majority of them, either they are speaking under their clothes, torí pé àyà wọn ń já láti sọ orúkọ táwọn sọ síta ẹ̀. But bàbá Akíntóyè ayé ọ̀já, because ó ti wò lọ wò bọ̀ at 88. Kí ló tún fẹ́ kù ju ikú náà lọ? Kọ́lọ́run wá bá wa dá bàbá yẹn kó dá ẹ̀mí ẹ̀ sí lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ fún wa. The only thing that you can be scared of in life is death. So tó o bá ti wá bẹ̀rù ikú, then why are you concerned about pé kó jáde kó sọ pé nǹkan báyìí ló fẹ́? Òyìnbó tó jáde yìí, only is either we say it now or our children in the next generation is going to ask questions. Let's hear more.
Well before 2050 for the younger people, that I term to be genocide. And I'm back to
only genocide ni. In tó bá mú àwọn òyìnbó di minority lórí ilẹ̀ wọn, that is genocide. Kò dìgbà tí ẹ bá mú ìbọn síta, big federal government ṣe ń pa wọ́n nílẹ̀ Igbo, because that is a genocide with weapon. Òun sọ̀rọ̀ genocide with many people travelling. As I speak to us now, gbogbo ẹni tẹ́ wà Nàìjíríà ní sí, tó bá sọ pé there's an open space lórí ship kan tó máa dé sí Àpápá. Gbogbo space yẹn kò ní ju 5,000 lọ. Ó dẹ̀ fi kóyan 5,000 nìkan máa bọ̀ ní UK. Nídìí anything tẹ́ bá ṣàtìlè dé Àpápá. Bí ṣe ń bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ tó bá máa fi di èní, àwọn èèyàn máa ti lọ máa sùn sí Àpápá. May not be everybody, but that shows that there are people that also want to migrate for so many reasons, especially nítorí pé Nigeria ò ṣiṣẹ́. But many people say Nigeria is going to work. Ẹ jẹ́ ká fún ní time. Let's inject it. Let's work towards the economy. Let us build the Nigeria of our dream. And the question is, àwọn àti ẹ̀wọ́ wo lẹ́jọ́ pé build the Nigeria of your dream? Who and who is going to build that Nigeria of our dream? The question again is, what is the culture of Nigeria? Nítorí pé ìdí tí mo ṣe ń béèrè, ó máa yé yín in the course of the program. Àìtí débẹ̀. Let's say again more from this man.
The United Nations definition on genocide, which quite specifically says, in the present convention, genocide means any of the acts committed with intent to destroy, in whole or in part, a national, ethical, racial.
Let me say, for the fact that tí a ṣe ń pariwo a fẹ́ Yorùbá nation, it is good for us now so that we could not become the genocide. Bí àwọn ọmọ Ìgbò máa gbalẹ̀ mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́, bí ọmọ Hausa máa gbalẹ̀ mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́, bí ọmọ Fúlàní máa gbalẹ̀ mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́. It is in the interest now to retake back the territory and then work out a policy for immigration purposes, just like I have been in that route in UK for 15 years. I was fighting the immigration so that I can remain in the United Kingdom. So tá bá ń sọ fún àwọn tó wà nílé pé tí a bá remain as Nigerians, we are also might likely become minority in the years to come. Àwọn kan ní, it keeps like pé we are doing the same thing, up on talk. There is no action. And the question is, we must continue to talk until more people at least will have the understanding pé kò ń ṣàwa nìkan là ń feel the pain of the indigenous people. Àwọn Ìgbò náà ti ń complain, and that is the video you're watching behind the screen.
Or religious group, and deliberately inflicting on that group conditions of life calculated to bring about its physical destruction.
Are we not concerned that there is an agenda? A lot of people don't believe in this agenda. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin ìyá wa tí bá ti ń lọ lórí ètò tí mo dárúkọ is because I do not want to start mentioning names when the program is already in the process. Mo dúpẹ́ fẹ́ni tó send the coffee bot. Thank you so much. But as usual, we will appreciate every one of you when as at the time before the end of this program. But ká tó máa ṣe appreciation lọ, a gbọ́dọ̀ kí bàbá wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí Olóyè Dr. Sunday Adeyemo Igboho, Chief Banji Ayiloge, all our mothers that are working behind the scene. Adẹ̀ ń kíyàwó ìyàwó bàbá Olóyè Dr. Sunday Igboho àtàwọn ọmọ wọn. Bá ti ṣe ń kí bàbá Kíntóyè, à ń kíyàwó wọn, mo kí bàbá wa Chief Banji Ayiloge and all the different organizations, most especially YSDM, that stand for the Yoruba Self-Determination Movement. Àwọn ni the lead tá bá ń sọ pé à ń ṣe Yoruba Nation. If you want to know more about them, just go on their website, www.ysdm.org. Mo kí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi dáadáa ní Miami. Bí o bá fẹ́ wá sọ pé mo fẹ́ máa fún wọn ní owó as Yoruba Nation Movement, YSDM is the only place you can donate to. Which you go there, you click the donate button, and the money will be useful. Nígbà tá ì tí ní access to the wealth of the territory, we will fund this project until the last person will be happy. Future to come. Let's continue.
In whole or in part. Now, go to any city centre which is.
Arákùnrin wa ní ká bá lọ sí gbogbo city center, tó bá lọ sí Woolwich, tó bá dé àwọn àdúgbò kan, wàá máa béèrè lọ́wọ́ rẹ̀ pé, are you sure you are still in London? Òfin ìpè Nigerian community nìkan ló ń bẹ ní UK. Ìwọ lọ sí Leicester, lọ sí Bradford, kò rí the demographic change that is happening very, very fast in the eyes of àwọn òyìnbó. Àwọn òyìnbó náà wá wà worried pé, what is actually going on? Now when you go to all the city center, wàá kọ́ máa rí baby, á máa dún, sound tó máa gbọ́ kò ń ṣe English. Àwa nìkan tí a jẹ́ Nigerians ni à ń encourage àwọn ọmọ wa kó máa sọ English. Kódà a Ghanaian lórí bus kò ní sọ English pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀. Ghana ni mo sọ yẹn. A Ghanaian will never speak in English. Wọ́n ti train àwọn ọmọ wọn pé èdè ló máa sọ, ká má tẹ̀ wá sọ àwọn Pakistan, àwọn India, àwọn èèyàn tẹ̀ ń fẹ́ sọ English rárá until they are already in a environment where they feel they can speak English. And there are these individuals, groups of people. Tá bá sọ pé the dominant of African food ní UK, you'll be talking about the Pakistan and the Indians. Àwọn tí take advantage. Nítorí pé àwa wà lábẹ́ Nigeria, so it's very difficult to work, even though we know that there are so many businesses within the Nigerians that are working in that sector, but they cannot beat the Pakistan and the Indian. Àwọn tí gba shop, see, almost everywhere you can think of, from London to Birmingham, from Birmingham to Manchester, from Manchester to Liverpool to Leicester to Bradford. They are becoming the next indigenous people. And that you can tell from Rishi Sunak, our current prime minister. You can tell from the prime minister in Scotland. Lótìtọ́, when you go back and look at the root of the two people I'm talking about, ẹ rí pé they have beat Nigerian grounded. And it would take years, even if we remain in Nigeria, to get to such position in this country. We have a lot of Nigerians that are doing very well as member of parliament, but it will be very difficult. One woman tried it. I think her name is Kemi Morontorukwe. She's currently now a cabinet minister under the Rishi Sunak. They couldn't give her the support that she needed. Rishi Sunak was giving that support. Not because of anything. It's because of the kind of what we call their population. Rishi Sunak is a British politician who has served and is currently serving as the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom and the leader of the Conservative Party since 2022. He will be the first British Asian Prime Minister. He previously held two cabinet positions under Boris Johnson, lastly as the Chancellor for Exchequer. We are not brilliant in Nigerians in UK. Do you know that Rishi Sunak was born in 1980? I pity a lot of you born in 1980 and you are still talking about Nigeria. Rishi Sunak was born in May 12, 1980, not in 1970. No verse. What do you mean? iPad. Aboromo anything. So when some of you out there, who is going to be our first prime minister when we have Yoruba nation? I keep wondering, where are those? Our 1970. But Rishi Sunak was born 1980, age 43 years old. He was born here in London, or in England rather, at Southampton General Hospital. Èèyàn mélòó ló bí sí General Hospital lẹ́nu nísìnyí ní Nàìjíríà tó survive after 52 years. Your lifespan in Nigeria, from what we are told, is under 60 years old. But we have somebody controlling the United Kingdom, and you are thinking that Rishi Sunak will give you, we cannot break up Nigeria, cannot dissolve Nigeria. You think he's going to tell us that? We must all be joking. So when we say to Nigerians that You will never be the president of Nigeria at that age. Kò sí eré tẹ́ lè sá. None of you will become a Nigerian president at the age tí Rishi Sunak fi jẹ prime minister wa lẹ́nìí. And the reason for that is the system and the way the structure of Nigeria today will not allow you to be even a senator at the age of 43. So ìwọ tó bá jẹ́ ọmọ 1980, bí o gbọ́ tẹ́lẹ̀ rí, I am telling you again today that the UK Prime Minister, as at today, Rishi Sunak, was born on the 12th of May, 1980. So when you are coming on the social media, you need to start asking your age, that I might also be challenged today. That even if you want to keep Nigeria, are you sure you can be a senator? When we have Yayi, when you have Senator Amosun, when you have Benga Daniel, do you think that these individuals within the Yoruba land are going to allow you to become the next senator within the Yoruba territory? And this is why we are saying to our people that let us wind down so that we can then start talking about real politics, real way of saving our culture, our identity, and our language. But many Yoruba people, talking in 1980, what she wants challenge our, but why do you want Nigeria to break? When Rishi Sunak do not want Nigeria to break, should you be the one talking about that? Because Rishi Sunak is almost the same age with some of you. And it's about to be in 1980. You are automatically a citizen that should be contesting for any position without anybody to know or nobody to give you any kind of push, as long as you are being part of a political party. And you tell me in 1980, all they need you for now is Agberu. And that is why MC Oluomo can go to Oshodi, Nijo Sheshe, which I'm going to do a different program on that, and go and attack an individual and groups of people. Ni Oshodi, MC Oluomo, I'm coming for you, but not today. That information, Otitemilowo. These are the kind of nonsense and rubbish that they want us to continue, so that somebody like people that should be in the prison, because MC Oluomo should have been in the prison. But today, nítorí pé ó mọ Jagaban, just like Asari Dokubo mọ Jagaban, they have become the terror within the Yoruba land and the other side of the Middle Belt, where Asari Dokubo and even Topolo. Let's come back again. So, if you don't know, the current UK Prime Minister is not even 50 years old. Let's even go now. Let's go to Scotland and see who is the first Prime Minister in Scotland. Again, another indigenous person that was born in UK, or in Scotland rather. The First Minister of Scotland is the head of the Scottish government and the keeper of the great seat. Oloma determined if you as a Nigerian would get to London or not to Scotland by giving you a visa. Because I want to share policy of the immigration to allow you to come and study in Scotland, even as many of you would love to go there because you want to be a petroleum, whatever, because in that area, so anybody that goes to study in Scotland, you are into all these, you know, geography, something to do with crude oil and also whatever. But that is not where I'm going. Let's first look at who is also the minister in charge and how old is he. Let's go into it a little bit. From the information that we have in front of us, we have the First Minister of Scotland. The First Minister chairs the Scottish Cabinet. He is also primarily responsible. And you listen, some of you, the only responsibility that the Yoruba politician give you is to go and steal ballot paper, destroy it, burn it, kill people, and also kill yourself, because any what to take you out. That is what they are using you for. And they love it that way. But I don't love it that way. Olayomi Koiki, I don't love it that way. I want something much better for you. We were talking about Rishi Sunak, born when? Rishi Sunak. Rishi Sunak was born in 1980. 1980. Actually, it's also the smaller version. And maybe while I'm doing this, I should change my background so that some of you can be able to, those of you that are watching us on the software, I use the OBS. I can't show you the screen, but if you want to see what I'm doing, you have to go on the YouTube or the Facebook. So let's sweep quickly so that we can show you something from the other side. But before a while, I'm preparing that because sometimes it takes a bit of time, not too much time. Let's listen to this. I'll come back.
Yorùbá wà lọ̀rọ̀ ìkàn pátápátá la ṣe ń lọ gun ẹ̀tàn tantan sétí ọmọ aládé gbogbo nígbàgbọ́ wípé bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń gbọ́ lẹ́yìn náà mọ̀ sọ fún àwọn yòókù kárí ilé kárí oko tí gbogbo wọn sì péjú pésẹ̀ síbi ìwọ́de àlágbá yamuyamu làlújá tó ń bọ̀ lórílẹ̀‐èdè Amẹ́ríkà yìí ti Yorùbá Nation Diaspora Mega Rally in alliance with Yorùbá World Media àti Yorùbá Nation Self-Determination parapọ̀ dọ̀kan ṣàgbékalẹ̀ New York Super Mega Rally ọjọ́ mẹ́ta gbáko ló máa fi wáyé bẹ̀rẹ̀ látọjọ́ ìṣẹ́gun Tuesday ọjọ́ kọkàndínlógún oṣù kẹsàn-án títí di ọjọ́bọ̀ Thursday ọjọ́ kọkànlélógún oṣù kẹsàn-án bákan náà látago 7 òwúrọ̀ títí di agogo 4 ìrọ̀lẹ́ New York Times láti máa péjú pésẹ̀ gbóhùn sókè rárá fáyé gbọ́ wípé ó tó gẹ́ Yorùbá Self-Determination is our right Yorùbá fẹ́ dá dúró a fẹ́ kúrò lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀tàn a fẹ́ kúrò nínú ìnira orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjà bá a sì ń rọ gbogbo àwọn èèyàn wa jákèjádò àgbáyé tó ń bọ̀ wá síbi rally yìí wípé ká pàdé lọ́jọ́rú 20 oṣù kẹsàn-án ní rally location 78 UN General Assembly 405 West 45 Street New York City New York 10017 fún ẹ̀kúnrẹ́rẹ́ àlàyé síwájú sí i tàbí fún ọ̀kan ọ̀jọ̀kan ìbéèrè tẹ́ bá ní ẹ kàn sí wa látòrí èyíkéyìí wẹ́bsáìtì yìí www.megarally.org tàbí www.yorubaworldmedia.com ó sì lè jẹ́ www.ysdm.org bákan náà ni ẹ lè pè tàbí kẹ́ fi àtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ sọwọ́ sí Prophet Ayọ̀délé Ológunlolúwa lórí +1 803 846 1116 Mrs Jùmọ̀kẹ́ Ògúnlẹ́yẹ lórí +1 347 703 7819 Dr Sabi lórí +447 440 715 542 Mr Gani Alágbàlá lórí +1 713 875 3339 Koiki Media lórí +447 594 050 979 Ìyálóde YSDM lórí +447 442 177 677 Mr Abiodun Ojo lórí +1 347 301 8360. ẹ má gbàgbé wípé a fẹ́ kí gbogbo ènìyàn tó bọ̀ lágbàáyé ti wà ní sẹpẹ́sẹpẹ́ ní venue lọ́jọ́ Wednesday 20 oṣù kẹsàn-án lọ́jọ́ tó jẹ́ D-Day gan láti sọ fún gbogbo ayé wípé ó tó gẹ́.
It is important that the Yoruba people tó ń bẹ ní New York tó ń bẹ l'Amẹ́ríkà a mọ̀ pé we are all very busy people but àìtí gba Yoruba nation as a country yet. And for us, láti continue to propagate our quest inalienable right. À ń bẹ̀ wá pé ẹ fi àyè sílẹ̀ fún this month. Ẹ̀ẹ̀kan lọ́dún náà ni láti ìgbà tá a ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ Yoruba nation campaign kò tí ì sí ọdún kan tó yẹ. It does not matter whether it will be 5 people there, but we want it to be more than 5. Kò wá ń ṣe Yorùbá nìkan ló wá fi ẹ̀dùn ọkàn ra wọn wọ̀n níbẹ̀. Ẹ rí pé nígbà tó bá ń gbé kámẹ́rà lọ sọ́tún sósì, ẹ máa rí pé there are some other people that have their stand for their own grievances. Our own grievances is to tell àwọn wo ni wọ́n ń bẹ̀rù, who are those that are scared for the dissolution and the rise of the Yoruba people as their own nation. Àwọn wo ló ń bẹ̀rù? Àwọn wo ló ń bẹ̀rù pé ká má lè dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè? In that story, the real work is in Yoruba land, but we must also tell the international community our right will be respected. Now, ẹ jẹ́ ká wo àwòrán tó ń bẹ lẹ́yìn wa. What you're looking right now is, I talked about Rishi Sunak. Let's first start with Rishi Sunak. So Rishi Sunak, in case tó bá mẹ́tọ́ ń pè bẹ́ẹ̀, ojú ẹ̀ lélẹ̀ àwòrán ẹ̀ nìyẹn. Òun ni the Prime Minister, 43 years old. We have so many 43 years old people in Nigeria today, and they are still challenging us that why should we want a Nigeria to dissolve when your life will be much better in a new system, not the 419 system called Amendment of 1999. We're not talking about that. We are talking about everything will start all over again. We will have our own DSS, not the DSS that is harassing you, not the DSS that is telling you because you are moving from point A to B and you are stopped and you become a prey. not the police, not the immigration border that does not allow me to travel from Lagos to Benin Republic. They are challenging me. Why in the northern part, they've left the border open? We are talking about a new system. No. Is that not good enough? You know, the roles on the TikTok. And please, thank you so much. I don't want to mention too many names now, but you all know I will give you a very, special thank you before the end of the program. We just started. And I'll allow calls later on in the course of the program. So, 43 years old, a young man like Rishi Sunak, number 10, Rishi Sunak, first day at office, he did a ritual. Every one of us saw that ritual. What was the ritual? That is it there. Everybody saw this image of Rishi Sunak around the world. He was doing some kind of ritual go to one new office here, and I won't be surprised that Bola Tinubu will not even though he might say he's a Muslim or Christian, but he will do the traditional one from the Yoruba one. Rishi Sunak is an Hindu. Rishi Sunak to become the first British Prime Minister of color and also the first Hindu at number 10. Also, all these has a meaning. It has a message. And it's about decoding. Because we know that the West are scared of breakup. They are scared of coup. They are scared of so many things that is happening. And yet, and I guess this was his first day as he was addressing those in London. Let's listen to him.
Palace and accepted His Majesty the King's invitation to form a government in his name. It is only right to explain why I am standing here as your new Prime Minister. Right now, our country is facing a profound economic crisis. The aftermath of COVID still lingers. Putin's war in Ukraine has destabilized energy markets and supply chains the world over.
So now, Putin war in Ukraine has destabilized the world, but most importantly, the gas. So, my question is, who is scared? I had a very great time with my mom, and as usual, when son go to visit the mother, you must come back home with some kind of nice food, even though my wife will cook in the house. And I love my mom so much. I've spent the Sunday afternoon with her. Did a bit of my little shopping for her. And I know either she's watching now or she will watch it from the beginning to the end. And if there's any mistake there in my English pronunciation, she will call me back and say, pronunciation here, kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. My mom was a secretary of Mobile Oil in the 70s, and she was also a businesswoman. During their days, is the typewriter. But at age 70 in UK, after returning back to this country in the 90s, she returned back to do a full 3-year course. So when you see somebody like me sitting down, I am not that your usual I was brought up properly. My mom has been to 23 countries around the world. She has been traveling before I was born in the 1970s. Koto Bimi in 1978, ni mom see me travel. I am older than Rishi Sunak, but Rishi Sunak is in charge. So when some of you are saying, hey, you sit down here, are you going to be the one to give us Yoruba nation? I wonder what you mean by that. So you think that Rishi Sunak will give the authority for Nigeria to dissolve? You will be living in denial. Rishi Sunak is concerned about me as part of their citizen now after 15 years, just to be able to live in this country because of immigration. So Rishi Sunak will do everything to protect me against your rubbish nonsense country called Nigeria. That is what Rishi Sunak will do for me. It will make sure that Koiki, you are a media, stop stressing yourself. Go and become business where we can connect you with Germany and whatever you want to do with nice policy. Even if you need a loan, as long as I am not doing anything illegal, that is the job of the government here. But my job now is to also tell Rishi Sunak, we would love to have a new policy, a new relationship as Yoruba country with this country. But it's not going to happen anytime soon. And I'll tell you why. Because of this. Let's watch this video so that you can have the understanding of what I'm saying. You cannot see the video, but if you want to see what I'm doing, you'll have to go on YouTube, Koiki Media, or Facebook or Twitter. Let's watch this video. If you think at the back of your brain that Rishi Sunak is going to say, go and dissolve Nigeria. We want Nigeria to dissolve. No, not but we are doing what we call diplomacy, diplomatic. And part of that is all the campaign we have done in UK, but the final straw, which is Yoruba politician and our king. Let's watch this video.
That resumes as the British Deputy High Commissioner in Lagos, replacing John Llewellyn-Jones. Then, I beg your pardon, Llewellyn-Jones. A reception has been held in his honor with a diplomatic corps, the business community, and Nigerian creatives in attendance. News Centre's Perpetual Pasumi Peter was there and filed this report.
Jenny Baxter, a skilled diplomat with a wealth of experience gained from his work across various regions of the world. He seems optimistic as he steps into his new role to continue building Nigeria-UK relations across various sectors.
My role here is to continue to build UK-Nigeria relations across the whole set of areas, and those areas are represented here tonight. And it is a privilege for the UK to work with the sectors that are here tonight. And it's a privilege to have the strong relationships that we do have with all of you. And all of that is building on existing relationships that my team have with you. But it's also building on deep and long-standing relationships and roots between our two countries and between the peoples of our two countries.
The guests drawn from varied sectors of the economy also wished him a successful stay in Lagos, Nigeria.
I am a staunch supporter, of deepening Nigeria-British relations, and we look forward, to all the opportunities that presents, especially at this time in terms of trade, in terms of economic support, in terms of the activities they engage in on the social scene, and how they support civil society. I know we've been partnering in so many areas, but this is the time to expand our relationship, our interactions, and even intervention in so many other areas. We all need that support, and I hope that he's going to champion that and make sure that despite the great collaboration between our two countries, we still have room for improvement.
We look forward to working with him and his team to continue.
Let me pause it there. Emma wonder, why this video? Why have I brought this video to your own conscious mind? I am your international media, and my job is to help you break it down so that you're understanding that whatever you are seeing right now, this is the Deputy British High Commissioner in Nigeria. Let me give you his background. I'm talking about his CV or his biography. He's our new Deputy High Commissioner, the British Deputy High Commissioner in Lagos State, Johnny Baxter. 2023, at present, his new role, British Deputy High Commissioner, Lagos, Nigeria. From 2021 to 2023, he was the British Ambassador to South Sudan. From 2018 to 2020, he was the FCDO, Deputy Director, Finance and Performance Department. From 2017 to 2018, he was the DFID, Deputy Director, Human Development Department. From 2017, Defense Academy Student, High Command and Staff Corps. From 2014 to 2016, he was also the DFID Principal Private Secretary to the Secretary of State. From 2013 to 2014, the DFID Deputy Director, High Education Task Force Secretariat. From 2010 to 2013, he was the DFID Head, Afghanistan, London team, then Private Secretary to Minister of State. From 2008 to 2010, Khartoum Deputy Head of Office. From 2007 to 2008, he was the Baghdad Head of Office. From 2004 to 2007, he was the Georgetown Head of Office. From 1999 to 2004, Dar es Salaam Education Advisor, then Head of Human Development Team. From 1998 to 1999, he was also the DFID Assistant Educational Advisor, Education Department. He actually joined just a year after I arrived. Just the same year I arrived in UK. So for 25 years, this man has been part of a government that has now given him the opportunity to go and become the deputy in Lagos. What do we know about him? Let's find out a little bit more. There's something I still want to bring out. My name is Olami Koiki. This is Koiki Media, bringing the world closer to your doorstep. I want to see if we can find out his age. I've been looking for it. I can't find it. Hopefully, we'll find it. John Buxton. I can't find his age, but my wife age here, my father for you. Now, kí ló mú ọ̀rọ̀ arákùnrin wá sórí screen lẹ́nìí? This is the headline at People's Gazette. British envoy applaud Nigeria vibrant culture and warm welcome. I am now asking him, what is the Nigerian culture? What is the Nigeria culture? Kó wá ṣàlàyé fún wa. You can see the mindset that they are playing in the eyes of Nigerians. The British envoy applaud Nigeria vibrant culture. What is the Nigeria culture? Ẹ bá mi wá béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ pé èwo ni Nigerian culture? Ṣé Hausa culture ló ń sọ? Ṣé Igbo culture? Àbí Yoruba culture? Why call it Nigerian culture and not the indigenous people culture? You can see why we're telling you, ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ṣì ń believe that àwọn òyìnbó pẹpẹ, àwọn ló máa fún yín ní the right information. You will wait for a very long time. Inú ẹ̀ láti gbọ́ pé Mungo Park founded River Niger. They've corrected that now. One day, it might be next year, 4 years from now, 8 years from now, 3 years from now, next week, that word Nigerian vibrant culture will be removed. And it will now become Yoruba vibrant culture, Igbo vibrant culture, Hausa vibrant culture, or all the 351 ethnic group vibrant culture. There is nothing called Nigerian vibrant culture. It is all lies. Ẹnẹ́mi ni mo sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ fún. Ẹ rí pé mo ka profile síta. But kò ń ṣe pé wọ́n mọ̀. But what they are being told from here is the same message he would deliver. He's not going to change anything. Ta ló wá rán níṣẹ́? A 43 years old ló rán arákùnrin yẹn níṣẹ́, which is our own prime minister here, Rishi Sunak. 43 years old ló rán arákùnrin yẹn ṣẹ́ pé lọ jíṣẹ́ fún àwọn Nigerians that the Nigeria vibrant culture. I am now asking, ta ló ń bẹ̀rù pé kí Nàìjíríà kó má pín? Ta lẹni tó ń bẹ̀rù pé tí Nàìjíríà bá pín, a máa sign new contract, new MOU, new policy with the British government and the other countries around the world? Who is scared? Ta ló fẹ́ jẹ́ kí intense fẹ́ kó bọ́ sí? It's because a lot of you have no clue how the West is seeing us. 43 years old. Tabate sọ pé tòun kéré. Let's go now to Scotland and see Hamza Yusa. Hamza Yusa was born on the 7th of April, 1985. We have 1985 children watching right now, and all they can do is just point finger and abusive words. Need their own mind to think of, because what ti gba làákàyè kúrò lọ́wọ́ yín, what ti gba Saturday, what ti gba Sunday, wọ́n wá lọ gbé Wednesday, wọ́n gbé lé yín lórí. So when we are here telling you that Scotland is asking for one thing now from Great Britain, we want to break up and we don't want to be back front of you. Not that they are not going to be neighbors, but Scotland wants to have their own self-determination, their own inalienable right. But the Yoruba people, of 1985, Ocean struggle, we can remain in Nigeria. That is not going to give him the hope. Throughout the time, he will only survive till 53 years old. Because according to the WHO, ayé tí ẹ máa gbé nínú Nigeria tó bá kọjá 53, that means that you are very lucky. That is if you're in Nigeria. I'm not talking about in tó bá ti mú ẹ kúrò ní Nigeria, definitely you will live longer. But in tó bá mú ẹ remain in Nigeria, you are likely to die at age 53. There's no doubt about it. Mo wà lọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ sí mi, mo ní mọ́mí ẹ wo fídíò yìí ní Lagos State, ó wà lórí Linda Keji. Ẹ lọ wo bọ́ọ̀sì yẹn, ẹ sunkún fún Lagos State. Mọ̀ sí mi ní kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀. Lagos ló ń control gbogbo monopoly transportation. Wọ́n ti gbé fún àwọn agbèrò. And if you see that vehicle, let's see if I can show you. Since I'm using my software today, Tabatilo software, it gives me the joy to be able to give you many information that I can quickly search for while I'm live. Baby Cornelius, that is another one here. Bonnie baby I survive. I'm sure some of you have seen that. Odindiamo, what do you know me? That bastard Olori Buruku country. And some people say, Koikeye ma pe ni zoo. Ile Yoruba kola n pe ni zoo. That brand, that name Nigeria is what we're calling zoo. What gbé Odindiamo, what do you know me? Níbi táwọn kan sunkún fọ́mọ ní ẹni. Bastard country, and some of you bastard as well. Olori Buruku that is shorire. Most of you that is saying we should keep Nigeria. Bomb bastard. Ekpele ma gba lẹ́nu mi nírọ̀lẹ́. Let's go back and watch this. Ẹ wo mọ́tò yìí. This is Lagos. Bomb bastard Lagos. Look at it. Ṣé ele láti máa exist? Can you see the vehicle? Can you see the back of that vehicle? Wọ́n lé pẹ̀lú nylon. And I am here telling you that your life is in danger. Tẹ́ bá rí ìyá kan, tẹ́ bá rí bó ṣe bọ́m̀bẹ̀ jáde láti inú mọ́tò yẹn. A wá lọ sí church nísìn, a lọ máa ṣe ọpẹ́. Ṣé ẹ kọ́kọ́ lọ sí church lọ ṣe ọpẹ́ when the vehicle is not drivable? Ẹ wo mọ́tò. Ẹ wo mọ́tò tó ń gbé passenger. Mọ́tò yẹn ti wá mú iná. Òun lẹ wò yìí. This happened in Lagos today. Is this the kind of country that you want us to continue to live as Yoruba people in 2023? Èló ló fẹ́ cost the Lagos State. Kán wipe off gbogbo àwọn bọ́ọ̀sì olóṣì burúkú yìí. Kọ́kọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀ kúrò. Àwọn tó jẹ́ driver àti conductor. Kán wá fún wọn ní iṣẹ́. Kán máa ṣiṣẹ́ lábẹ́ Lagos State. They are playing with your life. Ẹ wo mọ́tò. Ẹ wo mọ́tò tó ń gbé aráàlú. And when we talk, they are here. Ẹ wo mọ́tò. Ẹ wo mọ́tò ẹ̀ bó ṣe bí náà ṣe mú mọ́tò yẹn. You can see it. Ẹ̀rí bó ṣe bọ́ndù ìyá yẹn jáde. Ẹ̀rí bó ṣe ń bọ́ndù ìyá yẹn jáde. Tó jẹ́ kí mọ́tò yìí wà lójú títì in the first place. Ìyá yẹn á lọ sí church lọ́la nísìn. Á lọ mọ́ṣáláṣí nísìn. Á lọ máa ṣọpẹ́. Knowing fully well that their life is in danger, they are still telling me, let's stay in Nigeria. Púpọ̀ nù yín, Fúlàní ti gba làákàyè yín. Ẹ lè ní brain láti think on your own. Wọ́n ti gba làákàyè kúrò lára yín. Wọ́n ti gba number 6 yín. Torí pé tó bá gba number 6 yín, à ń sọ fún yín pé what is going to make the life better for me and you is Yoruba nation. Ẹ wá jẹ́ ká lọ gbọ́ nǹkan tí Scotland sọ. Ọmọ 1985 ló ń lead gbogbo Scotland and you ó fẹ́ lọ gba visa láti lọ sí Scotland. I pray you èmi ò ní ṣépè pé kò má gba visa yẹn. But you should feel ashamed. Èmi náà láti feel ashamed. But èmi ò feel ashamed mọ́ nítorí pé nígbà kan làwọn náà fẹ́ràn Nàìjíríà. Àti wá pull out of that bastard country called Nigeria. Nítorí pé a ti rí the right way tí bàbá Akíntóyè sọ fún wa pé ẹ̀yin ọmọ mi ẹ má waste time ara yín lórí Nàìjíríà. The other one was Hindu. Born to Pakistan immigrant in Glasgow. Yusuf studied politics at the University of Glasgow. The same university MK Abiola destroyed the Yoruba land. gbogbo ẹnu la máa fi sọ ní gbogbo gbà. He was one of those that destroyed Yoruba land. Ó kàwé ní Glasgow, ó mọ the right thing to do, but he refused to do it because he also has his own personal ambition. Ìtorí ẹ̀ lólórí burúkú kan tó bá sùn tó bímọ fún tó wá ń sọ fún ipò tí gba Yorùbá nation. Bomb bastard. I took you down to Glasgow, mo lọ sí Scotland, mo gbé yín dé university yẹn. Arákùnrin ilé ní nísìn, they are now asking Rishi Sunak pé bó fẹ́ bó kọ̀ ó gbọ́dọ̀ fún wa ní second referendum. Àwọn ọ̀nà àwọn máa gbébọn, àwa náà sọ pé a fẹ́ gbébọn. Gbogbo ẹni tó bá lọ ń gbébọn, ẹ̀yin ni problem ara yín. Torí pé bàbá kí tó lè sọ pé kíyàn kan lọ gbé ìbọn, Ìgbòho rẹ̀ ní kíyàn kankan lọ gbé ìbọn. But anyway, òun la máa fi jàdélẹ̀. Tó bá dẹ̀ wá yá, èyí tó bá kù sí olúkàlùkù á mọ̀. It's just a matter of time. Hamza Harun Yusuf, ọmọ Mùsùlùmí gbáko ni, òun ló di head of Scotland lẹ́nìí. He was only ni mo sọ, born on the 7th of April. I'm sure some of you are born in 1985. And sọ pé ká kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà, ẹni ẹ fẹ́ save Nàìjíríà. Some of you, I pity your life. Mo bá family friend wa kan sọ̀rọ̀. Ó ti padà sí Nàìjíríà, Dubai ló wà tẹ́lẹ̀. Nígbà tó rí ní ìwé fún wọn mọ́. He's back in Nigeria now. Nígbà tí mo sọ fún mọ́ sí ní pé wọ́n ti rí kọ́ gbogbo àwọn ambassador. Wọ́n ní arákùnrin yìí tẹ̀ ń kọ́. Because nígbà tó wà ní Dubai, ẹni tó bá fẹ́ lọ Dubai nígbà yẹn, mọ̀ ó easy láti lọ Dubai láti bíbà. Ẹ̀yin tẹ ní ṣẹlẹ̀ tó ní British passport, ẹ tọ́jú ẹ̀ dáadáa o. Ẹ̀yin tẹ ní American passport, kí ni mo sọ, ẹ tọ́jú ẹ̀ dáadáa. Àwa tá a ṣì ní Nigerian passport, ó lè lọ Dubai láti bíbà. Gbogbo ẹni mo fi sọ tó bá ní £10,000. They are not going to give you the visa. Ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo ń sọ yìí, latest information tí mo ṣẹ̀gbọ́n ni. Wọ́n sọ fún ẹni yẹn pé ó gbọ́dọ̀ lọ fi 10,000 ní UK ní mọ́sán. Torí wọ́n tó wà Nàìjíríà, wọ́n ò ka Nàìjíríà as a country anymore anyway. So I'm not talking to those of you in Nigeria because passport yóò ní value. Mo ń sọ fún ẹni tó ní Nigerian passport tó ń gbé ní UK. Tó bá jẹ́ pé rọ́ ni mò ń pa, dánwò ló bí ìyọ́kẹ́rẹ́ kó fẹ́ lọ sí Dubai, kó wá ní Nigerian passport, kó wá lọ apply fún visa, kó wo bí ọmọ fún ẹ. Ó dà pé some of you don't know what is coming. Wàá dì pẹ̀lú gbogbo wa ní ṣẹ́rí gbogbo àtàṣe pẹ̀lú wa ní Nàìjíríà wàá dì pẹ̀lú wa àtẹni tó wà nínú ilé àtẹni tó wà níta. I'm talking about the current information. Àwọn ẹni yẹn fẹ́ lọ Dubai, wọ́n fẹ́ ṣeré lọ Dubai tẹ́ pé tẹ́lẹ̀ tó bá kàn ti sẹ́ndì passport page photo passport Nàìjíríà sí wọn ní Dubai, wàá bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe visa yẹn, wàá sanwó fún wọn, wàá sẹ́ndẹ̀ sí ẹ padà, wàá dẹ̀ ra ticket tó ń lọ nìyẹn. Kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́ nísìnyí o. Láti UK ni mo sọ fún yín o, kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́, ó ti yàtọ̀. Kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́ fún ẹni tó ní British passport kan ni mò ń bá sọ̀rọ̀. Torí bẹ́ẹ̀ lè máa ní Koiki ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń sọ nítorí pé máa mọ̀ bá ọ̀kan nu yín etí yín ó dà pé wọ́n máa ń fi cotton board bí cotton board méjì wà létí ti bá ń sọ̀rọ̀. Mò ń sọ pé ẹni tó ní Nàìjíríà kò ń ṣe gbogbo àwọn tó ń gbé ní UK kan ló sì ní British passport o. Majority àwọn èèyàn ní British passport. To get a British passport is another process on its own. Àti kọ́kọ́ gbèdú ìdáadáa. Tó bá fẹ́ òyìnbó gan, ó ní process. Gbogbo àwọn atá rẹ̀ fẹ́ gbà kọ́lọ̀njẹ́ àrígbà. Àwọn atá ìtì gbà kọ́lọ̀njẹ́ àrígbà. Àwọn atá ti gbà kọ́lọ̀njẹ́ ká lò dáadáa. Tó bá ní Nigerian passport tó ń gbé ní UK ni mò ń sọ, tó wá ní resident permit. Resident permit tí o ní yẹn pé ó fún ẹ ní right láti gbé. Resident permit yàtọ̀ sí àwọn visa tó ń ṣe fún yín nísìnyí. Àwọn kólóbó visa tó máa ń sọ pé ẹ need the sponsorship. Àwọn ò need the sponsorship. Ẹni tó bá ní resident permit ò ní the sponsorship. Tí bá ṣiṣẹ́ kí àlénì, tí bá ní kò tẹ́mi lọ́rùn, máa lọ ṣiṣẹ́ underground àbí kí tó lọ kàwé sí. But ìwọ tí o wá on scholarship no on sponsorship visa, wọ́n bí ẹ̀dá kó sọ pé o fẹ́ lọ ṣiṣẹ́ mi. Iṣẹ́ tó wá yẹn lórí ẹnìkan ló máa ṣe nílùú yìí. Ó tó bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo sọ fún ẹ pé o fẹ́ change route yẹn. Orí iṣẹ́ tó gbà ẹ́ sí tó fi wá láti Nàìjíríà, orí ẹ̀ náà ló máa dúró sí. Nítorí pé ìyẹn gangan ni sábìsì ta ní nídẹ̀ fún wàá lọ bá wa ṣiṣẹ́ engineer. Inú ò bá sọ pé doctor ni kó lọ kàwé sí gánṣẹ́. That's tó bá tẹ̀ rówó yẹn because it will cost you 53 million naira láti lọ kàwé ní University of Wales. So pé wọ́n fún ẹ ní sponsorship òfin wá sí ìlú yìí. Wọ́n fi jẹ́ kó wá ṣiṣẹ́ kíá ni. Nídẹ̀ fún any other job. Ìwọ máa wọrí Koiki wà ní bíbáyìí. A lọ ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn. Torí pé resident làwa ní ìyàtọ̀ nìyẹn. Ọmọ tó bí ní 1985 ní April 7 òun náà wá ń jà ní sí pé àwa ará Scotland o fẹ́ ṣe pẹ̀lú UK mọ́. Ìlú tó léfọ̀n tó lékaná, ìlú tó sì sàn ju Nàìjíríà lọ more than 300 times. Kò ṣe pé territory wa ò wà okay, but the brand tá à ń pè Nàìjíríà yẹn òun ló fún wa ní concern. So some of you now think that it can change overnight. Ẹ wá ń pray, ẹ wá ń lọ base Ọlọ́run, ẹ wá rò pé Ọlọ́run dàbí òmùgọ̀ bí ọ̀dọ̀ tiwa. Tí èèyàn tí ó bímọ tó bá yẹ pé ìlú yẹn ní yes wọ́n ti gbọ́ ọmọ yẹn lóòótọ́, but tó bá jẹ́ pé sympathy wà láti ilẹ̀ ní nígbà tó ọmọ yẹn ti lóyún ó yẹ kó ti lọ sí hospital. Kò sí ẹni tó bá lóyún nílùú yìí wọ́n máa fún ẹ ní nítorí pé ní red book yẹn ló máa gbé lọ tó bá ti lọ fún health check service, nítorí pé wọ́n fẹ́ máa tọ́jú ọmọ yẹn. Ibẹ̀ ló ti máa mọ gbogbo ẹ̀tọ́. Ṣèbí ọmọ yẹn ọmọ gbogbo ẹ̀tọ́ ẹ̀ ni tó bá mọ̀ pé òun lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ nínú Nàìjíríà olórí burúkú òṣìlú wèrè yẹn ni tí ó máa lọ ju ọmọ sínú odò. Ṣé ó máa gbé odindi ọmọ á lọ jù sínú odò nítorí pé kò mọ ẹ̀tọ́ ẹ̀ nínú Nàìjíríà, because Nigeria is a shithole country. Kò mọ ẹ̀tọ́ ẹ̀. Èèyàn kan wọ́n sọ fún yín pé there is a Nigerian culture. Mo wá ń bi ibi tí mo fẹ́ mọ̀, I don't want to stay too much on this àwọn ti Scotland. Arákùnrin ẹ̀ wá bá ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ pé níbo ló ti rí that Nigerian culture? Ẹni kó wá ṣàlàyé fún wa. Ẹni kó wá bá mi ṣàlàyé pé níbo ló ti rí Nigerian culture, because there is nothing called Nigerian culture as of today 2023. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ kan sí. And that's why I wanted to start early. Torí pé ẹ rí pé àwọn ariwo báyìí tó bá ti dọwọ́ òru, ìyàwó mi máa ń sọ pé ṣé mo mọ̀ pé ilẹ̀ ti ṣú àní neighbor. And that's why I wanted to start early. So sometimes when you read this kind of nonsense, tẹ́lẹ̀ lèmi náà mọ̀ nígbà tẹ́mi náà wà Nàìjíríà. You see all these Oyinbo people, Nigerian. What is Nigerian culture? Let's read this further. The British envoy applaud Nigerian vibrant culture and a warm welcome. Definitely, Oyinbo Pepe Nina. He said that in his short time in the country, he had been able to visit the beach, among other exciting places. And I'm sure some of you also visit the beach, which is your right. The British Deputy High Commissioner in Lagos, Johnny Baxter, said his first few weeks in Nigeria revealed the people as passionate. Oh yes, we are the most loving people in the world. Even the Igbo, the Hausa, the Yoruba, the Kanuri, as many other ethnic groups. I am not talking about the Fulanis. We are passionate. We are full of energy. You can see that every time. Every day sometimes you wonder that, are people really suffering in Nigeria? Because that energy is in us. But ní rí energy yẹn lò láyé. Should we remain in Nigeria? Ní rí energy yẹn lò tólúkálukú wa máa fi lọ. Máa gbìyànjú á máa já wálẹ̀ ni. Máa jọ gbìyànjú á máa já wálẹ̀ ni. Because the energy has been removed. But the word energy is being told to as many of us. But what ti yọ nísàlẹ̀? Báwo ló ṣe yọ? They remove our indigenous right and give us a Nigeria, and they expect us to function as human beings. That is why some of you cannot function as human beings. Àwa la gbọ́dọ̀ máa remind yín pé this is the way you have to function. This is a rule. I cannot show you any other thing here, but I can always show you this. Cherry, this I've showed you so many times. My son used to play football. Ó gbáṣẹ́ gé football. I was always praying pé tètè bá ń gbá football kí bàbá ẹ̀ náà lè lówó lọ́wọ́. Ọmọ kò bá bọ̀ ọmọ báyìí o. Ó kàn ń gbá for pleasure nísìnyí. Nígbà tó ń gbá bọ̀, ọmọ wa fi mọ́tò gbé nínú ilé ni. Níbi tó gùn dìde, wọ́n máa ń fi bọ́ọ̀lù, wọ́n máa ń fi mọ́tò tí bá sọ fún àwọn coach ẹ̀ tó ti ń ṣe training academy ẹ̀ pé kò ní wá. Wá ní kí n jọ, wọ́n máa fi mọ́tò gbé. And I'm talking about year olele. This was 2016. Ó gbá ṣégè, àwọ́dì kún bíbá rẹpẹtẹ. Lẹ́ni nísìn, ó lóun ò bá bọ́ ọmọ. Ìwọ wà Nàìjíríà nísìn, tí wọ́n bá jẹ́ pé irú opportunity ẹni wọ́n rí. Ṣé òní lẹ̀ dímọ̀? Nítorí pé ó ní another opportunity nílùú tó wà yìí ló ṣe sọ pé òun ò bá bọ́ọ̀lù mọ́. Ọ̀rọ̀ bọ́ọ̀lù kan ló kàn nísìn, dádì. Ó ní opportunity mi wà fún un. Opportunity mi wà, kò ń ṣọ̀rọ̀ bọ́ọ̀lù, another award lélẹ̀. He's a footballer gidi. Èmi máa ń pè pé tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá mi gbá bọ́ọ̀lù kémi náà ra Mercedes. Èmi ò tẹ́ mọ̀ fátẹ́ máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ Yorùbá Nation. Tó bá tẹ̀ pé mo ti lọ ra Mercedes ni, bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa sọ pé owó Yorùbá Nation náà mo fi ra Mercedes. Tom Pastor. Èmi ẹ̀ lẹ wà Nàìjíríà. Ṣé mi mo wà Nàìjíríà? Ẹ̀yin lẹ wà Nàìjíríà. Èmi ò sí Nàìjíríà. Ìta lèmi wà. Ṣẹ́rí, another one ti lélẹ̀. Bó ṣe ń fún nìyẹn. 100 appearance ni wọ́n fi fún lélẹ̀. 100 appearance. Ẹ rò pé mo ṣeré lórí social media. Ó kù díẹ̀. Kẹ́ lè bá wọn pé méjì ni ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ni. Ìkan tún rè kẹ́rì pé méjì ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ni. Wọ́n fi lọ show yín lẹ́ni tètè kí n má show yín. Eléyìí, mo ní sọ ibi tó ń play fún. Tournament winner 2014. Eléyìí 100 appearance. Ṣé rí pé bàtọ̀ tọ̀tọ̀ méjì ni? Torí pé kí n má lọ mú mi wà lánàá ká kó ìkí àmì kan náà ló jẹ́ òmùgọ̀. Bí èmi ni mò ń jìyà ni, bí èyí lẹ̀ ń jìyà ni, ẹnu ẹni gbogbo àjọ wà ní. Ó náà wọ̀n bá bọ́ọ̀lù mọ́. Kí la fẹ́ ṣe sí? Nígbà tọ́mọ bá náà wọ̀n bá bọ́ọ̀lù mọ́. Ṣé mo máa fọ́ọ̀sẹ̀ ni? Another one tún lélẹ̀. Ṣé mo máa fọ́ọ̀sẹ̀ pé kó gbá bọ́ọ̀lù? Ẹ̀yin nìyá máa jẹ nítorí pé ìtagbédání kó tó débi tá a máa dé yẹn ẹ̀yin nìyá máa jẹ ṣégè. Ẹ jẹ ṣégè mo yóò yà ká tó dé Yorùbá nation. Ṣẹ́dẹ̀ fi gbọ́ràn ni. Ó náà wọ̀n gbá bọ́ọ̀lù mọ́. Ìwọ náà fi ṣúwà rẹ pé tó bá jẹ́ pé the same thing ní Nàìjíríà ṣé dandan ni gbogbo ẹni kẹ́ gbá bọ́ọ̀lù? When there is so much opportunity, ìyẹn ni gbogbo ẹni ṣe fẹ́ kú sí ṣe fẹ́ kú sínú politics. Politics nìkan kọ́ lówó wà nínú ẹ̀ ní gbogbo àgbáyé. Kò ní da fún ọ tó sọ pé you can pass information without abusing. Kò ní da fún bàbá tó bí ẹ. Bomb bastard. Ó rò pé mo pè wá síbí báyìí. Bomb bastard. O ti mute ẹ, o ní lè comment mọ́. Bí mo rán ẹ wá síbí báyìí. Mo sọ fún ẹ pé ibí báyìí kò ń ṣe eré ni mo ń ṣe níbí báyìí. Ó rí pé mo ń láàgùn. Bomb bastard. Ẹ wá bá ń bí Deputy High Commissioner. Ẹ bá ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Níbo ló ti rí culture yẹn? That's all I'm asking. Níbo ló ti rí culture yẹn kó wá ṣàlàyé fún mi? O rò pé mo ń ṣeré níbí báyìí? Ṣé o rò pé mo ń ṣeré níbí báyìí? Eré o rò pé èyí tó ń dun ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yín lèmi sọ fún yín yẹn. Èmi wà ní UK, èyí wà Nàìjíríà. Èyí tó ń dun ẹ̀yin tó ń dun èmi ni mo lájọ́ sọ níbí báyìí. One bastard. O rò pé à ń ṣeré ni? Ẹ bá wá bí tó ti ń ṣeré, ẹ lọ wo Big Brother Nigeria níbi tó ti ń ṣọ́yàn sílẹ̀. Torí pé mi ò ṣọ́yàn sílẹ̀ níbí báyìí. I am not joking here. Now, ẹ béèrè lọ́wọ́ British High Commissioner, Deputy. Only I was really looking forward to coming to Nigeria, particularly to Lagos, to enjoy the vibrant culture. Culture wo ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀? Ṣé culture Yorùbá ló ń sọ ni? Culture ilẹ̀ Igbo ló ń sọ ni? Àbí culture Hausa? The vibrant food. Ṣé túwó ló ń sọ ni? Ṣé àmàlà ló ń sọ ni? Ṣé ìdíkàíkan ló ń sọ ni? And all of the other things that Lagos produces. Ìmọ̀ ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ pé kí ni Lagos ń produce? Kí ni Lagos ń produce as of today? Can you tell me? What is Lagos producing? Apart from rubbish that we saw in that video. Níbi tí mọ́tò tó ń jóná lẹ́kọ̀ọ́. But don't think that all these people, àwọn tẹ̀ ń rí àwọn òyìnbó pẹpẹ, don't think they are there because of you. Ṣẹ̀rá àwọn tí wọ́n jọ ṣe gathering tí mo play video lẹ́ǹkan ẹ̀rí ẹ̀rẹ́lú woman yẹn àti another one. These are the caliber of people that the British want to talk to. So that àwọn ọlọ́mọ wa ní ẹ lọ bá wa pass a message fáwọn Nigerians that there is still hope in Nigeria. Was that not what they told Nigerians after the EndSARS? Many Nigerians were crying, were shouting, they were filling up the petition here in UK. What was the end of it? What was the end of that petition? That petition has now been forgotten like nothing. What they did was, after that EndSARS, they increased the quota of the visa coming from Nigeria. I can tell you that. What increase the visa here? What increase it? So that way, many people will apply for visa. Apply for me. Yes, because that was the technique. But when you get here, no be wasa. Let's continue. Meeting Nigerians has been fantastic. There's nothing called Nigerians. That is another fraud that is talking about. Meeting Nigerians. Who are Nigerians? Who are the Nigerians that he's talking about? I want in Nigeria. Who are the Nigerians? Yoruba, indigenous people. Igbo, indigenous people. Hausa, indigenous people. We have 351 indigenous people in that enclave. Our lock everything together in 1914. But when they come down, they will tell you, I met Nigerians. Only meeting Nigerians has been fantastic. And the welcome I have had has been absolute incredible. I love the fact that all Nigerians I have met have been passionate and full of energy. Àwọn òyìnbó Ọlọ́run. Who is scared of the breakup of Nigeria? He said he had also enjoyed his visit to Lufasi Nature Park, where he got to see the amazing work that had been done there, and also the children and the students who were enjoying the place of peace in the city. Are you sure? Ṣé màá gbọ́ pé wọ́n ju ọmọ kan sínú inú omi ṣá? Kò lè gbọ́ yẹn. Kí ló mú abiyamọ tó gbé ọmọ fún 9 months ó dẹ̀ lọ jù sómi? Only I enjoy the Nigerian cuisine. There's nothing called Nigerian cuisine. It's either you enjoy the Hausa cuisine, the Yoruba cuisine, the Igbo cuisine. Now, let's go straight to Maryland. Remember, we were talking about it yesterday in our broadcast. I couldn't show you properly because I was not using the software. I'm not even going to talk about it from the point of the Nigerian media. Let's go straight to CBS, where the article came out from. Maryland in America. Maryland learner permit test to be offered in 9 languages. Everybody knows that language. Yoruba language is one of them. Baltimore in Maryland. That is our culture. That is our language. One people, one culture, one language. So níbo lòun ti rí gbogbo Nigerian culture. Níbo lòun ti rí gbogbo nonsense yẹn. Àdúgbò ló gbà rí. It's because that is what they are told as diplomats. Just as the Nigerian High Commissioner around the world are also presenting us to the country Tobawa as Nigerians. Even though Bola Tinubu, the president, has recalled every single one of them, apart from the United Nations ones, because he will be attending the United Nations General Assembly. Baltimore. I have shown this thing for 3 years, but I'm a Yoruba people until àwọn West tó bá sọ̀rọ̀ la máa believe. Why do you think that they've chosen Yoruba as a language to be used in the Maryland Department of Transport Motor Vehicle Administration, known as the gov.wiz? Ẹ jẹ́ ká tẹ̀ lọ sí website yẹn. Let's go on that website and see. Wills Moore is the governor of Maryland. Again, he was born in 1978, almost 44 years old. The governor of Maryland is also 44 years old, 15th of October, 1978. I don't understand how our Yoruba people are thinking like this. Now, let's go straight to the Maryland governor's office. Let's go on their website. Forget it, you can't go on any website in Nigeria because there's no website to go into. So this is the office of the governor of Maryland. His name is Wes Moore. Wes Moore, spelled as M-O-O-R-E, is the number 63 governor of the state of Maryland. Is Maryland's first black governor in the state, 246-year history, and is just the 3rd African-American elected governor in the history of the United States. Why is it that our North Kontoma bring a new history that will change the narrative of who we are as being told lie by the British envoy to Nigeria? Kí ló dé táwa ò fẹ́ something like that? He was born in 1978, October 15, precisely. But ibi tí mo fẹ́ lò kàn nìyẹn. I want to go to the transport, which is what we want to talk about. So let's go to Maryland Department of Vehicle and Motor Transportation. Let's go in there. And I think this is the website. What on the website? Not like Nigeria. This is the website. Am I being entered already? They rescreen me because we're not, normally Bishaman shoot them rescreen. Apology to that. This is the website known as mba.maryland.gov, where it's also known as Maryland Department of Transportation Motor Vehicle Administration. I'm sure Kutabanika Lord City, Nigeria, we won't find anything anyway. But that is not where we're going. What we want to find out here is that they've now been able to say that ẹni tó bá fẹ́ lọ ṣe test kò ṣe dandan ni kó wá ṣe ní English, because English is not only the language spoken in that state called Maryland in the United States of America. Based on the census, they have been able to find out that there are other ethnic minorities living in that part of the state. Mostly, as we can say, they have the Yoruba in West Africa, Tagalog, Amharic, Arabic, Russia, Urdu, Hindu, Farsi, Portuguese, and the American Sign Language. The new languages offering were determined with the United States census data. Improving the accessibility for the driver's knowledge test and study material is a critical to serve Maryland linguistically diverse population, said the Motor Vehicle Administrator Chris Neville. The current languages that is used currently right now is called English, Spanish, French, Nepali, Korean, tradition, Chinese, and Vietnamese. If America, Maryland, can recognize our language, pé èdè yìí la máa sọ láti fi ṣe test, kò ń ṣàwọn nìkan. I know that. Let me go to Acne Council in London, because I know that there's some websites in UK, London Borough of Acne, that you can change the language from English to another language. So let me see if Acme is one of them. I know Enfield have it, but Mufeduowo another one. So this is the Acme, London Borough of Acme. Everything you need to know about the local government, this is where you're going to find it. Not like Nigeria, anyway. Let's see. So, tó bá fẹ́ rán ọmọ lọ sí school, from education, council and election, birth, death and marriages, library, park and leisure, education and schools, businesses and licensing, waste and recycling, health and social care. This is the kind of society that Nigeria should have been, but for 63 years, it has been a failure. Let's come to Enfield. Ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ sí Enfield Council. Mo mọ̀ pé àwọn máa ń change the language tiwọn, because àti ṣe ntí mo ṣe àti ṣe rí. Mo fi wo ibi tó wà gangan ni. Change the language. We want to change the language. That is what we want to do. So let me come further down. Language. I know I've done this on Enfield Council before. So let me see. Yoruba language. Let's first put Yoruba language there. Yoruba language. Okay, search results for Yoruba language. Accessibility here under accessibility. So let me click on this. This accessibility statement applies to the Enfield Council website and the web form portal. Login required known together. Blah 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 blah. No, I want to change it to Yoruba. And for me, a bit of time. I know it's there. We've done it before about 2 years ago. Accessibility statement, no. Privacy, no. Organization structure, raise a member of equality, no. It has to be, let's go back again to home. Gbogbo tẹ́ ń rí nísìn, ó máa changes sí Yoruba. For a few minutes, services. So these are the services that they have. They have cost of living, support, council tax, education, housing, parking, planning, rubbish, adult social, benefit, birth, business, career, children, community, counselor, environment, health being, improve Enfield, leisure and culture, libraries, local, nuisance. We have so many nuisance people as well in UK, especially some areas tí poverty ti fẹ́ bá tiwọn náà jẹ́ níbẹ̀, because the inflation is going up in UK, and I might touch on that just a minute. How do I change the language? Strange. Live chat. Accept. Start a chat. Can I change the language? I'm chatting with somebody now. Can I change the language on this website? Hello. Yes. No. Connect me to the agent. Connect me to the agent. Okay, all our agents are offline and they're open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. All right. Anyway, we'll leave this, but I know that, okay, getting accessibility tools here.
I am the Reach Deck toolbar and I offer speech, reading and translation support.
Okay. Táwọn tó bá ní a bit of physical challenge. The accessibility is for those that have physical challenge. Bentole, and all that. But there's somewhere there that I can change these to Yoruba language. Okay, translate the page. I shared it 3 years ago. Now I'm going to tell it to change it. I'm going to tell it to change it from English to Yoruba. I think I saw something now. Èdè Yoruba. So, kí lẹ̀ ń rí nísìn? Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí bíbá ẹ̀ lè rẹ́ nítì. Gbogbo tẹ́ ń rí bíbá ẹ̀ nísìn, ó ti change sí Yorùbá. Ta ló lè confirm tí mo show nísìn? Nígbà táwọn òyìnbó tó bá value language wa, àwa tí a ní language ní Nàìjíríà, àwa ní ká forget it. Àfẹ́ country tó máa fún wa ní language tiwa. Mo lè má lè pronounce gbogbo ẹ̀ dáadáa, but ma try. Ìyẹ̀wò tí àtìlẹ́yìn ìgbé, council tax, ẹ̀kọ́, ibùgbé, ìdúróṣinmí, ètò àti ilé, ìdọ̀tí àti àtúnlọ̀, ààbò, àwọn ọmọdé àti àwọn iṣẹ́ ẹbí, àwọn iṣẹ́ pẹ̀lú ìgbìmọ̀ Enfield, ìṣọwọ́ àti ìwé àṣà, ìbí, ikú, fẹ́ni tó bá ti kú nìyẹn, council máa help wọn. Àwọn afini. So when you see this now, taba click lórí any one of them now, ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́ click lórí any one of them. The same thing ni pé Yorùbá náà, you know. So when we are now telling our people at home that no, ẹ jẹ́ ká padà sẹ́yìn, mo fẹ́ padà sí bíbá. Now again, I can change this. Mo tún lè ní kó change ẹ̀ gbogbo bíbá ẹ̀ kó change ẹ̀ padà sí èdè. I want it in Yoruba. So what am I just trying to say here? It's the same thing that is happening in Maryland. So our value èdè wa, ṣe rí pé ó ti translate gbogbo page so that ẹni tó fẹ́ wá fill the form tí kò gbọ́ English, á ṣàgbọ́ Yorùbá, èmi ò gbọ́ Yorùbá gan nísìn dáadáa. But ẹ ti rí pé every time you can change the page. Tẹ́ bá click lórí eléyìí nísìn. A bá gbé English wá, tó o bá get English yẹn, wà á tún lọ translate ẹ̀. Kó gbé padà sí èdè tó understand. Tó bá dẹ̀ fẹ́ Yorùbá náà, wàá tún lọ lo another language. This is all we're asking for. This is the only thing we are asking for. Tó di wàhálà láàrin àwa àtàwọn tó wà nílé. Ṣẹ̀rí pé ó tún change èdè yẹn. Ó translate gbogbo English yẹn, ó translate sí Yorùbá. Ọdún ẹ̀kọ́ 2022 sí 2023, àwọn ọjọ́ ìgbé ilé ìwé. I think these are like the days where children have, holidays. Ẹ rí pé bank ìsinmi 26 àti 27 oṣù kejìlá ọdún 2022, oṣù kẹta ọjọ́ kejì ọdún 2023, oṣù 7 àti 10 oṣù kẹrin. So ṣé fíyàn bá wá rí gbogbo ilé tó jẹ́ pé officially gangan làwa ní ilé nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, kí ló tún kù tá à ń fẹ́? But many people do not want that. But the same British deputy high commissioner tó lọ sí Èkó, òun wá ń sọ fún wa pé Nigeria culture, but ní UK ó mọ̀ pé kò sí nǹkan kan tó ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ nítorí pé kí ni Yorùbá, Haúsá, Igbo àti àwọn other ẹ̀yà mìta jọ ń gbé ní bíbá, wọ́n make it very convenient fún gbogbo wa nítorí pé tó bá make it convenient ni kò jẹ́ kó máa sọ pé wọ́n fi translate English sí Yorùbá and I won't be surprised that ACME doesn't have it as well because ACME náà ní àwọn Yorùbá tó pọ̀ níbẹ̀ but mo mọ bí ṣe change yẹn but anyway at least we have an idea that we've seen okay accessibility statement. I know it will be here as well, but it's just going to take time. So, let's come back, let's come out of all this. Let's now go back one more step to Scotland. Scotland. Scotland is still asking for the right to self-determination. Scotland. Paper and referendum. This was last year on the 28th of June. I need to close some of these so that we don't lose our broadcast today. Now, let's stay on this alone. Let's close this. Oh, no, I'm going to come back to this. I might still need it. Scottish Independent Referendum Bill. Kilo mean. This was 28th of June 2022. This bill setting out aspect of the referendum, including the referendum question, form of the ballot paper, and the date of referendum. But they are not going to do so because they want Nigeria. It's just 1 to 5. I will try to read everything quickly. This is what our politician, Nile Yoruba, into a comma propose they need. Even if it's going to take 2 years, 3 years, 4 years to prepare our exit peacefully out of Nigeria, but they are not ready. Warfare can remain in Nigeria so that they can keep every one of us below par. Let's read this. Scottish Independent Referendum Bill. The following accompanying documents are also published. Explanatory notes, Scottish paper, bill, a financial memorandum, a policy memorandum, a delegated power memorandum, and a statement on legislative competence, Scottish Independent Referendum Bill. Pre-introduction, page 1. An act of Scottish Parliament to make provision for the holding of a referendum in Scotland on a question about independence of Scotland. Just as far as for independence is our inalienable right. Referendum. Number 1, purpose of this act. The purpose of this act is to make provision for ascertaining the views of the people of Scotland on whether Scotland should be an independent country. That should be the priority of Bogomo Yoruba politician. But what because that is the only way that we can have the kind of energy, the kind of drive that will make our life better. But what and because the moment they give us this opportunity, that will be the end of their Ijeku Jetonje. Let's go further. Number 2, referendum on Scottish independence. 1, open bracket, close bracket. A referendum is to be held in Scotland on a question whether the independence of Scotland. Number 2, the question is, should Scotland be an independent country? Whether you like it or not, whether it is your view that no, Koikimo disagree with it, do you want an independent Yoruba nation? Yes or no? If it's in the comment section. Even if you don't agree with it, just put no. Even if you're not sure yet, say I am not sure yet. Because another question that will come and bury me. Báwo ni Nàìjíríà ṣe rí? No, báwo ni Nàìjíríà ṣe rí? Tá bá débẹ̀, ṣebí láàrin ara wa láti máa treat ara wa. Kò ní jẹ́ pé wọ́n ṣe máa lọ sí federal, wọ́n máa lọ mí yẹn, wọ́n ń pín owó láti federal, owó ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, tó pa ní Lagos State, wọ́n wá ní wọ́n ń pín, tó bá wá lọ sí Kano, Kano á sọ pé àwọn ò fẹ́ alcohol, bọ̀ wọ́n ń gbowó alcohol. Ìbéèrè tí mò ń bi gbogbo wa lálẹ́, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí ètò, o gbọ́dọ̀ comment, a gbọ́dọ̀ mọ view ẹ. Even if you disagree with the movement, fi síbẹ̀ pé Koiki èmi ò tí wà sure, túbọ̀ máa ṣàlàyé fún mi dáadáa kó yé mi, fi sínú comment section. Bí wọ́n ṣe ń bi àwọn ilé náà nìyẹn. Should Scotland be an independent country? Ṣé kí Yorùbá jẹ́ independent country? Yes or no? Or I am not sure. Ọ̀nà mẹ́ta náà ni. Yes, mo fẹ́. No, mo sure. No, mo fẹ́ Nigeria. Number 3, the ballot paper to be used for the purpose of the referendum is to be printed in the form set out in part 1 and part 2. Kí ló ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní part 1? A referendum is to be held in Scotland on the question about independence of Scotland. Number 1. Number 2, the question is, should Scotland be an independent country? Then wọ́n wá sọ ní abẹ́ number 3 yẹn pé n tó máa wà ní ballot paper. Intan sọ lélẹ̀ kó lè ṣẹlẹ̀, ẹ̀rẹ̀ sọ pé kò lè ṣẹlẹ̀. Kí ló dé tí kò lè ṣẹlẹ̀? Ẹ fún wa ní referendum tó bá yẹ pé okay, ká fi test it. But wọ́n ní kò sí referendum clause nínú fraudulent constitution táwọn Abdulsalam tó cook together. Wọ́n mọ tán ṣe náà. Okay, tí kò bá sí referendum clause nínú ẹ̀, ẹ ní kí wọ́n wá ṣe add the referendum clause sí lórí ẹ̀. Kí ọmọ Igbo decide, kí ọmọ Yorùbá decide, kọ́mọ Arewa decide whether we all want to stay together or go separate ways. Let them give us a referendum clause. That is what the Biafra are asking for. That is what we were asking for. Okay, ẹ fún wa ní referendum. Let's do that test. Wọ́n mọ̀ pé tó bá ti fi sínú clause pé kí referendum wà o. That means pé wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ accept pé at some point in this Nigeria tá à ń bá lọ, it could be 4 years, it could be 5 years, it could be 6 years, it could be, it doesn't matter. Ṣèbí Tinubu ti ń fi àṣẹ lọ báyìí nísìn. Ìgbà wo ni kò ní ṣe tán? Buhari, how many people shouting Buhari very morning apart from bomb bastard? They don't lie. Tinubu la tún shout nísìn. So Tinubu bá tún ṣe tán nísìn. Maybe Bagudu will be your president. Remember that bastard that stole money from Nigeria? So it's just a simple question. Bring down that constitution. One in no, and we will be amending it. And we will be amending the constitution to work for us. And they're asking Allah. Remember what Gbajabiamila told you. That Allah will help Tinubu to carry the weight of Nigeria. If he knows that the weight of Nigeria is too big, why must he wait for Allah? What about those of us that doesn't believe in Allah? So, tó ń bá sọ pé Allah máa bá wa gbé Nigeria, àwa tá believe in Allah ńkọ́? Àwa tá believe in Allah ńkọ́, kí ló máa sọ fún wa? These are the lies that they cook every day. Wọ́n dẹ̀ fẹ́ yẹ kẹ́ ní understanding it, because wọ́n mọ̀ pé tẹ́ bá ti lè ní understanding it bí ṣe ṣàlàyé. Boom, that is the end of it. At exactly 2 hours, I'll open the phone line so that the next 1 hour we'll take a call. But let's continue with this referendum paper. The ballot paper to be used for the purpose of the referendum is to be printed, A, in the form set out in part 1 and 2 of the schedule, and B, according to the directions set out in part 3 of the schedule. The date on which the poll at the referendum is to be held is 19th of October 2023, unless before then regulations are made under subsection. Subsection 6 applies if the Scottish minister consider that it is impossible or impracticable for the poll at the referendum to be held on the 19th of October 2023, which is next month, that it cannot be conducted properly if held on that day. The Scottish ministers may by regulation appoint a later date as the date on which the poll at the referendum is to be held. Regulation under the subsection 6 may include incidental, supplementary, consequential provision. B, may modify any act, including this act, and C, subject to a firm procedure. Kò sí nǹkan tó le nínú pé kíyàn break ìlú nínú ìlú. But it's just that we are finding it difficult with the 3% of the Yoruba politicians and our royal fathers. Number 3, entitlement to vote at the referendum qualifying for foreign nationals. 1, open and close bracket. The referendum, open bracket, Scotland, close bracket, Act 2020, applies for the purposes of determining entitlement to vote at the referendum, subject to the following modification. 2, Section 4D, those who are entitled to vote have effect as if for the relevant citizen of the European Union they were substitute qualifying foreign national. 3, Schedule 7 interpretation as effect as if after the definition of qualifying address they were inserted qualifying foreign national as the meaning given in Section 2021 of the 1983 Act. B, the definition of a relevant citizen of the European Union were repealed. Further provision about conduct of the referendum Number 4, application of the referendum under Scotland Act 2020 to the referendum. Number 1, the referendum of the Scotland Act 2020 applies for the purposes of the referendum. That is subject to exemption and modification. Final provision. Interpretation. References in this act to the referendum are to the referendum to be held under Section 2. Any other word or expression used in this act, which is also used in the referendum Scotland Act 2020. Ṣé gbogbo eléyìí is the same thing that can be prepared, and then it will make life kò ní sí gbàs, kò ní sí gbòs, kò ní sí pé yàn kan fẹ́ pààyàn, kò ní sí pé Kóìkì báwo lẹ ṣe fi gbà. But the reality is, majority of our politicians today do not want a referendum. Tó bá ti fún ní referendum, tán ayé wa ti bẹ̀tẹ̀ sí dá. Kò ní sí oppression mọ́. But ó mọ̀ pé tẹ́ bá ti lọ through route, that is the final straw for the West. For the West and the Asian countries that are. Ìyẹn mo ṣe ń bèrè nírọ̀lẹ́ pé who is scared of the breakup of Nigeria? Who is scared? Because gbogbo wọn ṣe Nigeria. Okay, now I, as a Nigerian citizen, that also have another resident permit of this country, I cannot travel to Dubai because of the shame Oloshi country called Nigeria. So what is the essence of being part of that Nigerian country? Why not wind it down and get the referendum and boom, everybody go their separate ways? So that I would then become a Yoruba citizen in UK, and then I would then be finding out from my government of Yoruba nation why Dubai must continue to operate in Yoruba land when I cannot travel to Dubai. But you cannot do that in Nigeria now because you are not recognized as a citizen of Nigeria. A lot of you just carry that name. I am a Nigerian citizen. But in reality, Nigeria doesn't know you as a citizen. The real citizen knows themselves. Ẹni tó jẹ́ citizen in Nigeria, wọ́n mọra wọn. You are not part of the citizen of Nigeria. You are just using the name, I am a citizen of Nigeria. But in reality, those that know themselves as a citizen knows themselves. Àwa tó kù, we are just saying we are citizens. How can I live in UK? I have another resident permit, and I cannot be allowed to go to Dubai. Dubai dẹ̀ ṣe ṣe business pẹ̀lú Nigeria. Do you know one of the reasons why it is also affecting us? Kò ń ṣẹjọ́ Dubai, I will tell you why. Because we cannot blame Dubai or United Arab Emirates. How can they be running business and you cannot take their money back? For more than 2 years now, Emirates has been struggling. Emirates has been struggling láti gba owó tí a fi ra ticket. So if you're in Nigeria, you buy a ticket under Emirates. You are buying it in Naira. Emirates doesn't need the Naira. Kí ló fẹ́ fi Naira ṣe? Emirates expect the federal government at some point with whatever arrangement that they have to pay them back in dollar. Nigeria does not have the dollar. You know why? Because Nigeria has given all the dollar to Dangote. So our foreign reserve is no longer working. So that means pé ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà Nigeria tẹ́ máa fi Dubai fi lọ tàn wọ́n yàn jẹ́ pé Dubai ni wọ́n wà ọmọ orúbẹ̀rẹ̀ lágbára bàjẹ́. Àwa gan tá wà ní UK àfẹn tó bá ní British passport nìkan tó bá ní British passport ó máa ní £10,000 lákàntẹ̀ kan tó issue visa fún mi. Ìyàwó mi wá ń bi mí pé ṣé ẹni tó ń gbé ní UK fẹ́ sá kúrò ní UK lọ sí Dubai ni? Mo ní tí ó mọ̀ pé Dubai náà tún súnmọ́ àwọn ìlú kan. Because tí UK ò bá gbé èèyàn tó bá dé Dubai ó tún lè gbàbẹ̀ sá lọ. Ẹni tó wà ní Dubai nísìn I'm sure pé tí bá bí Abdullahi ní sí pé tó fẹ́ wá sí London á ní Kóìkì kí ló dé tó wọ́n ní wá sí London nígbà tí London sì bẹ̀ká ju Dubai lọ ó jẹ́ kọ́ ríṣẹ́ ṣe ní Dubai. Wọ́n máa èèyàn kan send voice mi ó náà máa ń múra bí ẹni tó ń lọ sọ́fíìsì wọ́n dẹ̀ níṣẹ́ wọ́n ní kankan. Many Nigerians are living there today. Only few ni wọ́n renew status wọn. Only few. So what is this essence of this Nigeria relationship? Because Dubai is having difficult with Nigeria. And when I say, let us go out of our separate ways, Nigerians are saying, no, it is not yet time. So you can see, now, I don't want to show you this alone. Now, let's even finish it up. Now, we go to the auxiliary. The Scottish minister may, by regulation, make any incidental, supplementary, or consequential provision they consider appropriate for the purposes of an in connection with or this is what would prepare a referendum if truly we are ready with our politicians. Ìyẹn mo ṣe sọ lánàá pé igi tó ń jó àwa la sì ń jẹ́ kó jó. Nígbà tá a bá ti yọ igi yẹn kúrò nínú ìrẹsì, gbogbo ọ̀ ní jẹ́ ìrẹsì yẹn mọ́. Nítorí pé ìrẹsì tó ń sè yẹn, ibì kan ó le, ibì kan kò jiná. Ibi tó jiná nìkan làwọn olóṣèlú ń jẹ. Àwa tó kù á jẹ ìsàlẹ̀ kòkó jollof rice yìí. Èmi dẹ̀ like jollof rice tó bá jóná nísàlẹ̀. So jollof rice yẹn ò jóná. So láàrin méjì, gbogbo èlò tó fi sínú jollof rice yẹn, àwọn politician nìkan ló ń gbádùn ẹ̀. For 60 ẹ̀wù bàbá tí mo pàdé nígbà tí wọ́n ṣe kékeré máa dùn. That man has been in government just like the former governor of Kebbi State. Kò dẹ̀ ń ṣàwọn nìkan. Regulation. So I think just to move forward quickly. Now, this is the Emma Binante Wanibiba. You know, I wish you can see what I'll show it to you. So the ballot box, or no, ballot box, the ballot paper, very straightforward. Vote X like this, only once. Should Scotland be an independent country? Yes or no? Because it may be, it's either you say no, that means you want to remain. It's either you say yes, you want to exit. That is all we're asking for. So that kò ní dìjà, kò ní dariwo, àwọn kan ní no. How la ṣe bá gba Yorùbá nation? Ọ̀nà wo la ṣe gbà? Okay, let them put this and see if the Biafra, even táwọn ọba tẹ̀tí ready, ẹni kan fún àwọn Biafra ní referendum. You don't love them anyway. We don't love each other. Give them a referendum and let them decide. Oh, we hate them. Okay, we agree. We hate the Biafra. We hate the Igbos. We don't like them. They are taking over Lagos. Let them go and repair their town. Then give them referendum. Let them go. This is the official ballot box. I mean, paper. Which is the ballot box. This is the official ballot paper. It's just two questions. Should Scotland be an independent country? Yes or no? But England, Westminster do not want to give them another referendum. Toba fún wọn ní referendum lẹ́ni, that is going to be the end. Scotland will be an independent country away from what is known as United Kingdom. Rishi Sunak does not want that. So òun àti brother tó wá láti Pakistan, ìyẹn ọmọ 1985. So we now have two different culture. British indigene. One is Hindu, one is Pakistan, and two of them now will have to face each other. One Hindu say, I no go give you now. No, not yet. We must remain together. The one where they Scotland say, no, we are not staying together. We must go. I am asking Yoruba people again. Don't tell me we are not sure. You must be sure. I don't even want to give you not sure anymore. Yes or no? What do you want? You want Nigeria? Yes. No. You don't want Nigeria. You want Yoruba nation? Yes. You want Nigeria? What do I choose? Okay. Let me put it this way. Should Yoruba be an independent country? Yes or no? Ẹni tó bá ti mú no, you want Nigeria. Ẹni tó bá mú yes, you want Yoruba nation. Ẹni pé púpọ̀ nù yín ẹ lè decide. You are scared. Ẹlòmíì wò pé hey, kó máa lọ comment báyìí nísìnyí kí DSS má lè gbé òun. The moment we go, there's no basic board DSS anymore. How about BDSS? No, that kó máa bọ̀ nígbà yẹn. But a lot of us, our mind, our heart is we are feeling love for Nigeria. Nigerians are feeling love for a country that doesn't love them. No be juju be that. No be juju be that. In they feel love for a country where no love you. No be juju be that. Not juju now. So you can see it's just very easy. But how easy is it going to be is the question. As Scotland continue to ask for that right, Ninwe, the last Prime Minister, Ogbasegbe, Scottish independent Sturgeon to request power to negotiate transfer of power to another independent referendum, but she lost out. Do you know that as of today, many Scottish people, let me go on Twitter, they're having another, this month, they're having another campaign. every year they're coming out. I mean, every month. Scottish Independent. Let's put it that way. Listen. Okay, this was 21 hours ago. Independent is normal. So, Amwele, John Curtis of #BBC CDN, ripping apart another unionist tactics. The argument is not simply about how much money is spent. It is about who should decide how the money is spent. People the best. Let's watch this one first.
Claims that will now say funded by the UK government will be any more effective in persuading people in Scotland of the legitimacy of the current constitutional arrangements than those of the EU. Because I think what you're missing in your answer is that, yes, sure, fine, people will welcome spending on infrastructure, but the argument up here is not simply about how much money is spent, it's about who should decide how the money is spent.
Is that not the same thing in Nigeria? Who is deciding how much the money? Is it not your government? So now, let me open this Twitter page. Independent is normal. They have about 4,000 followers. And you can see, damning new poll. 53% of voters think this Tory government is institutionally corrupt. Only 15% disagree. Worst ever level in global corruption index, with only Qatar, Myanmar, Azerbaijan, Oman seeing their ranking decline. Let's go. Now, this is the Scottish people. Awati and Sekwe, we don't want Yoruba Nation rally anymore. The one we have done is more than enough. Look at the Scottish people out. This was last month. They're coming out again this month. Can you see them? When do you want it? Now. Now. Independent. When do you want it? Now. Did you see them? Emma Binetawa, Nibiba, you can't see the screen. Ewo flag one bó ṣe ń fò lọ lélélélélé. Àwa ti sọ pé èyí tá ṣe yẹn náà ti tẹ́ o, èyí tá ṣe yẹn náà ti tẹ́ o. Rally la máa ṣe ní gbogbo gbà. Idiot people. They don't understand. Believe in Scotland. This is now. This is the Prime Minister page, I guess. This is Prime Minister page, oh. The First Minister of Scotland. He believed in Scotland. And this is what he wrote on the 2nd of September, which was yesterday. Independent allows us to put right the historical wrong of BRICS exit. Independent will also allow the Yoruba people to be able, all the amalgamation fraud, I will rewrite it. No, so I don't understand what our people want. If Scotland, this is the not Prime Minister, I keep saying Prime, the First Minister. This is what he wrote. Let me retweet it in case our people on Twitter wants to go and see. Because I know we have 31,000 followers on Twitter. Independent allows us to put the historic wrong of BRICS exit. Westminster is taking us down the wrong path. Understand things so bad. Let's call into the program. For those of you that wants to call, the line is open. Let's take your call. And I guess some people wants to join me on the TikTok. I'll bring you in as well. Let's take the first person. And when you're coming in, please go straight to the point, because about this Soroton, we just have to remove you as well. If you want to call into the program, it's a live transmission right now, and let me hear your view. You have the right to disagree with my view. I am not because the one running the show. You can come and tell me, Koiki, Nigeria is still going to be great. I will allow you to talk. Just tell me how it's going to be great and how soon, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. So if you want to call in, the number is +44 74 04 40 5917. So my feel sim ring out so that my name got on your back way. So let's continue. Bokibu Gwalen can say that I've joined the program as we are now using Scotland. If their own minister at 1985 is fighting for independence of Scotland, and Babakitoye at 88, half of the year of that man, is coming out to say Yoruba is the best, And some people are saying, no, Baba Kito, you don't know what you're talking about. Baba Yomonton, so let us continue this Malangbegiri politics in Nigeria. I keep asking, like Just Reason is saying there, the level of ignorance in Yoruba land regarding the self-determination is too high. Our people, to appreciate the proposal, Koiki Media awareness is the best opportunity to educate on this subject. I mean, I don't know what more you want me to add to the right to self-determination. All we are saying now, okay, our politicians will let them come out and give us their strategic plan of how they will move us out of Nigeria. Even if it's going to take another flag and say, I don't understand, this TikTok. Flag, violation. Their own way of how they are going to take us out, so that we can all understand this. Forget it. That is why the Biafrans are not waiting. That is why they are pushing. That is why they are saying that, nigga. So let's continue on this Scotland. And I'm going to increase the front so that some of you can see properly. This was yesterday. The first minister, this is his picture. He had a picture of himself in front of a flag, and he says, believe in Scotland. Let's take the first caller, and let me turn my speaker on. Hello, caller. Everyone's okay. Bishop, additional first caller. It's going to come up on that now. Go ahead.
What I just want to say is that Yoruba máa dá dúró bí àwọn èèyàn fẹ́ bí wọ́n pọ̀, and it is not in the hands of any international power to do that. Yoruba máa dá dúró. And the Great Britain tẹ́ ń wò yẹn ó máa pín sí mẹ́ta. It goes to speak Wales, we go, Scotland, we go, England, we go. Àṣírí yẹn ìrònú yẹn ló ń pa màmá yẹn, màmá ṣàlíyà lórúkọ ẹ̀. That way. Kíní yẹn ó wà ní Revelation, ó wà nínú ìwé ìfihàn, Revelation 13, he explained it. Then that great thing, split into 3. Split into. Another ṣàlàyé àṣírí irú màmá yẹn, only that great land, ó ní mo rí obìnrin tó jókòó sórí a woman that sat on the dragon, that is drinking the cup of agony of my people. Ó ní nígbà tó gun ẹ̀jẹ̀ àwọn èèyàn láláwọn èèyàn mi tó kú tó. Ó ní pé ìdájọ́ Ọlọ́run wá balẹ̀ lórí. So she was òun ni tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí woman ẹ̀ tó give up the goods. Then ọmọ ẹ̀ tó hand to UK now. Ó mọ̀ wípé wàhálà wà fún ìjọba UK, the king ó mọ̀, bọ̀ àná wá fún àwọn tí bí ìwà gbé Nàìjíríà lé lọ́wọ́. Tẹ́ bá lọ wo bàbá tó design a flag in Nigeria, ó kú this just last week.
Gbogbo, I saw the news.
Bàbá yẹn ọmọ Yorùbá ni. Nobody in Nigeria recognize that man.
I was asking as well.
Jonathan nìkan ló recognize ẹ̀ ló fún ní officer of the order of Niger. Tó wá fún ní payroll. Imagine láti ayé ṣe. Láti use ẹ̀, Nigeria use him and drop him. We are warning Yoruba people to stop this madness. Many people that served Nigeria always regret. Awolowo served Nigeria, you regret it. FKO served Nigeria, you regret it. All the people, even our public servants serving Nigeria at the retirement age, they always regret for working for this country. Well, what is wrong with this our young people that are myopic? Why can't you go and learn, research from the old people? Let them tell you about this Nigeria. You can't die for Nigeria. Nigeria doesn't know you. Nigeria doesn't know you. Jim Baba was relegated. Nigeria didn't.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ mo ti gbé picture yẹn jáde òun ló wà lórí Vanguard yìí Jonathan places Nigerian flag designer Pa Akinwumi on a life salary before he died.
Yeah, before he died. Jonathan nìkan ló rántí bàbá ẹ̀ nígbà tó ti fẹ́ kú. Nítorí ó ń wá ojúkú rere ọmọ Yorùbá nígbà yẹn ni ó wá kí Yorùbá support òun, ó wá ń wá ohun tó máa fún ní ọ̀nà ni wọ́n wá rán létí pé ó mà ní ẹnìkan. Nígbà ìbìkan tó lọ change Unilag, ó lọ change ẹ̀ sórúkọ MKO, àwọn èèyàn dá padà, wọ́n ní láíláí dá padà. Unilag bí Unilag máa jẹ́ kì í ṣe MKO, ó tún wá ń wá ọmọ, ó wá ń wò kí ló máa ṣe fún Yorùbá. Now, what I want to say is that nígbà tí máa yẹn design flag yẹn, ó fi a kind of blood moon sí àárín white yẹn, like a stained blood, a kind of moon, red moon with like a stained red moon sáàrin flag yẹn. Green, white, stained blood green ni ó forward ẹ̀ sí UK nígbà tó ń show flag yẹn mo rí and they analyse it. Àwọn òyìnbó wọ̀nyí ní UK wọ́n wà lásán o, wọ́n ríran o. Wọ́n rí ìgbẹ̀yìn Nàìjíríà láti ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ flag tí máa yẹn ṣe. So they remove the red stained blood and leave it green, white, green. And they call the man and award him for the thing he did. But wọ́n wo ọjọ́ iwájú tí kìíní yẹn máa ṣẹlẹ̀. The blood came on the flag in 2020, October 20th. October 20th, 2020. Tí wọ́n ń pa àwọn ọmọ ọlọ́mọ ní Lekki toll gate. The blood came on the white flag, which marked the head of Nigeria. That is the fulfillment of what the British saw from the beginning. Nigeria has finished. So if you are fighting for Nigeria, you will die like those children. Nigeria is dead and is buried. The children were singing the Nigeria national anthem, raising Nigeria flag. Nigeria army shot them dead, and the flag was stained just as it was designed in the beginning. So that is the end of Nigeria, and it was buried. The Lagos State conduct the burial and paid money for the burial and ask cleaner to clean everywhere. Nigeria is gone. So anybody that you say you are a Yoruba, you are working for Nigeria, you are doing all your effort for Nigeria is in vain. It's no more regretted. I will tell you, this man before I leave, this man that serve Abacha. What's his name? They call it Sergeant
Mustafa.
Sergeant Rochas. No, not Mustafa. Sergeant Rochas. I think Rochas. Yeah, it's all training in Israel. Yeah, it's Rochas. I think Sergeant Rochas. That man, listen, ọmọ Benue ni. One is go paralyzed now. Ó wà paralyzed, he cannot walk, orí wheelchair ló wà. Ó kọ article kan sínú newspaper ní late last year. So ó regret gbogbo nǹkan kókó táwọn ṣe. Tó sọ wípé ó ní pé àwọn ṣe in the sense that they are working for as a patriotic to defend Nigeria. Only they don't know that they are being used. That is nothing like Nigeria. Most of these people, it is when they are out of service, there is no country called Nigeria. It is group of people, hackers, stakeholders that are ruling Nigeria. Let me stop there so others can call it Koiki. So I'm telling our people, Yoruba nation will come, and it has come. Great Britain will break, and Nigeria will break. Thank you very much.
Wow. Muki Bishop Adesina, and as Bishop Adesina speaks, evidence is always there for us to back it up. That is the man that died, Pa Akinwumi, as Jonathan was using him just as usual politician way. President Goodluck Jonathan has placed Pa Taiwo Akinwumi, the designer of the Nigerian flag, on the salary of a special assistant forever, according to a tweet. Well, he has died anyway. That is not about that. Let's come back again now, to Wales. And sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Scotland. What is Wales talking about? If you want to call in before the programs end, there's still opportunity, plus 44 74 04 4059. The number is the one on the screen. Three-way split on the Welsh independence, according to a new poll has shown. So there's no doubt whether our elite think that you guys are just ranting on social media. No problem. Whether we are ranting or not, we will continue to deliver the message. And at the appropriate time, the right people will continue to be part of this movement. In the United Kingdom, we have the Wales, we have Scotland, we have England, but two of them are saying they are tired of this union. What do we know so far? 1 in 3 people in Wales would welcome an independent referendum in the next year, according to a new poll. 1 in 3 people. So every 3 people that I see in Wales, do you want Wales independent referendum? Yes. Go to Yoruba land. Ṣé fẹ́ independence Yoruba? Kí ló ń pè bẹ́ẹ̀? Iṣẹ́ ò ní ẹ máa ṣe fún wa. Ṣé Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu náà ni? Bola Tinubu is only there for a limited period of time. When Tinubu finish, all this your celebration of Inspector General of Police, yes, I mean, it would have been a record. There's nothing wrong in that. It's a good record for Yoruba people to have a custom, Awalani Lagos Port. And it's unfair not to have someone from our own background to be able to control it. But that is only for a maximum first 4 years, or the next 2 years extra, which will be 8 years maximum. Let's read more of these. What do we know? Oh, it's not giving me another kilo sheleme. Do I need to click on something? Okay, this one says subscribe to read this article. You see, when we say support us, this one says I have to pay £3 for the first 3 months. No, I don't want to pay £3. Let me go and look for the one that is free. Welsh independents support UP with country split on holding referendum. Let's read this one. And this is coming from, their own paper. The Yoruba paper is We, the Self-Determination Media. Don't expect Channels Television to be telling you like this. Welsh independents support UP with country split on holding referendum. This was 17th of August last month. Wales support for independence has risen with an equal split of population believing that there should be a referendum in the next year, a new poll has shown. The Redfield and Wilton Strategies poll indicates that if don't knows are removed, 38% of people will vote yes. If there were to be a referendum tomorrow on the question, should Wales be an independent country? No, you understand the term independent country. Should we explain what independent country is? You are more worried about my abuses on the social media when I'm doing my program. You should be concerned about how your life is being detained in the mortgage cell of Nigeria by your politician. You are not concerned and worried about the way your life has been mortgaged. Oh, because you want me to deliver the message like all my other colleagues in Nigeria, the way they present to you. No, I'm not going to do so. If you like, listen. As long as you are not in Nigeria, it's okay for you. But if you're in Nigeria, you will also suffer part of the problem. School of next week, next week. A lot of you are already crying. Oh, school among this, all the schools have been dilapidated. Yeah, people are still going to school. But how many of you can send your children to private school? And if you can, because very soon, this money that I keep showing you every day, one day, if you think 1,000 to $1 is going to come down, you must be joking. Even by the time Tinubu finished his government, Go and write it down. You must be living in another. Maybe they just born you. Tẹ́ bá rò pé owó yìí ó máa drop by. I'm not even saying kó lọ sókè, but ó máa drop by 900 and something naira. You must be joking. Owó yìí ni mo sọ fún yín o. I don't want it to go up. Kó má lọ sókè, but kò ní lọ sílẹ̀. Bó ṣe máa wà ní 1,000 nìyẹn. And the cost of living will continue to be high. So you never understand níbẹ̀ ẹ tètè sọ fún mi. Let's go further, because this program is only going to run as our normal program from just 3 hours. And we are already 2 hours, 25 minutes. Just before the program, I will appreciate every single one of you as much as I can see you on the thread. But before we go further, just to take a short break again, let's do this and I'll come back again.
Yorùbá wà lọ̀rọ̀ ìkàn pátápátá la sì ń lọ gun ẹ̀tàn tantan sétí ọmọ aládé gbogbo nígbàgbọ́ wípé bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń gbọ́ lẹ́yìn náà mọ̀ sọ fún àwọn yòókù kárí ilé kárí oko tí gbogbo wọn sì péjú pésẹ̀ síbi ìwọ́de àrágbá yamuyamu làlújá tó ń bọ̀ lórílẹ̀‐èdè Amẹ́ríkà yìí ti Yorùbá Nation Diaspora Mega Rally in alliance with Yorùbá World Media àti Yorùbá Nation Self-Determination parapọ̀ dọ̀kan ṣàgbékalẹ̀ New York Super Mega Rally ọjọ́ mẹ́ta gbáko ló máa fi wáyé bẹ̀rẹ̀ látọjọ́ ìṣẹ́gun Tuesday ọjọ́ kọkàndínlógún oṣù kẹsàn-án títí di ọjọ́bọ̀ Thursday ọjọ́ kọkànlélógún oṣù kẹsàn-án bákan náà látago 7 òwúrọ̀ títí di agogo 4 ìrọ̀lẹ́ New York Times láti máa péjú pésẹ̀ gbóhùn sókè rárá fáyé gbọ́ wípé ó tó gẹ́ Yorùbá Self-Determination is our right Yorùbá fẹ́ dá dúró a fẹ́ kúrò lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀tàn a fẹ́ kúrò nínú ìnira orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjà bá a sì ń rọ gbogbo àwọn èèyàn wa jákèjádò àgbáyé tó ń bọ̀ wá síbi rálì yìí wípé ká pàdé lọ́jọ́rú 20 oṣù kẹsàn-án ní rally location 78 UN General Assembly 405 West 45 Street New York City New York 10017 fún ẹ̀kúnrẹ́rẹ́ àlàyé síwájú sí i tàbí fún ọ̀kan ọ̀jọ̀kan ìbéèrè tẹ́ bá ní ẹ kàn sí wa látòrí èyíkéyìí wẹ́bsáìtì yìí www.megarally.org tàbí www.yorubaworldmedia.com ó sì lè jẹ́ www.ysdm.org bákan náà ni ẹ lè pè tàbí kẹ́ fi àtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ sọwọ́ sí Prophet Ayọ̀délé Ológunlolúwa lórí +1.
And let's come back. We have a new caller on the line. Egbonsoke, our caller. Let's hear from you.
Mr. Olami tó fẹ́ jẹ́ Màkàlẹ́sà.
Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò.
Mo kí ẹ kú iṣẹ́ takuntakun kò ní sún yín kò ní rẹ̀ yín sà. Ẹ kú àtàárọ̀. Gbogbo ara lèmi fi fara mọ́ Yorùbá Nation. Àfi tá a bá kàn tanra lókù. Oníkálukú ló ní opinion ọkàn tiẹ̀ o. Bọ̀tì ní tèmi o. Mo ń sọ̀rọ̀ láti ìlú location 419 ní Nàìjíríà yìí. Nítorí kò sí èmi ò rí ìgbádùn gbáyé kan tí àwa mẹ̀kúnnù ìgbáyé gbádùn tálíkà bí mẹ̀kúnnù tá à ń jẹ látọ̀dọ̀ maybe the federal level àbí state government kò sí à ń san tax à ń sanwó náà àríná lò a dẹ̀ ń san tax àríṣẹ́ tó ń fi ń ṣe. So ṣé ìlú tó jẹ́ pé èèyàn kan ṣo ó nílé bíi 50 ṣé ìlú yẹn náà fẹ́ dúró sí la fẹ́ sọ pé ká tó dúró fún another 10 years àbí another 5 years àbí another 20 years.
ẹ má bínú mo ṣe ń rí lè nísìn àwọn tó lọ sìnkú ní Èkìtì ní building tó ti ń sìnkú 6 persons have been hospitalized after the event center collapsed on a burial ceremony attendant in Ekiti. Wọ́n lọ sìnkú problem tún ṣẹlẹ̀ níbẹ̀. It's a messed up country. Ẹgbọ́n òsókè.
So ọ̀rọ̀ wípé bóyá à ń ṣépè pé bóyá àfẹ́rẹ́ ìlú wa àṣìlúyà o ṣùgbọ́n àwọn olórí òun la ṣìyàn ṣùgbọ́n ìlú tá ń pè ìlú Nàìjíríà yìí ìlú akọ́nilójú akọ̀kọ́pọ̀ ẹni ṣòfò ìlú amúnisìn ìlú bámúbámú ni wọn yóò tún wọ́n dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ebi ń pa àwọn èèyàn ara ni àwọn èèyàn ṣùgbọ́n torí pé ìkà ọ̀dájú èèyàn bí làwọn àwọn ọ̀jẹ̀lú tó ń pera wọn lólóṣèlú ìlú Nàìjíríà yóò lè dáa kéèyàn lọ sórí òkè kó lọ lo 100 years lórí òkè kò lè ṣeé ṣe nítorí pé corruption yẹn ó ti wà nínú ẹ̀jẹ̀ wọn ò lè kú ọbẹ̀ láéláé Yorùbá Nation nìkan òun nìkan
òun ló lè jẹ́ kí ìgbésí ayé wa rọrùn nílùú Nàìjíríà táwa wáyé. Kí Yorùbá dá dúró kó ní kálukú lọ lọ́tọ̀, kí àwọn olóríire, àwọn tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n níbẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run, àwọn tí wọ́n ń jẹ tó máa fẹ́ lòmíì jẹ, wọ́n wá ṣe ìjọba lé wa lórí. Kì í ṣe àwọn òjèlú tó jẹ́ pé tara wọn nìkan ló ń bá káàkiri. Ní bí mo ṣe ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ yìí, òjò ṣe ẹ̀dá ní ìlú lókoṣo fún wa àsìkò yìí mo ṣe ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀. Àìmọye àwọn tó ń sùn tábàì. Ẹ̀dẹ̀ wo àwọn ìdíje wà lóríṣiríṣi tí wọ́n kọ́ tí ò tẹ̀yẹ́ ń bẹ̀. Tó jẹ́ pé tá a bá lọ sáàtìlé ẹ̀wọ̀ owó ni wọ́n dé wọ́n bẹ̀. Owó ni wọ́n dé wọ́n bẹ̀. So kẹ́nìkan má gbé ìsẹ́mù rárá. Nàìjíríà yóò lè wọ́ọ̀kì láéláé, gbogbo ẹnu ni mo fi sọ. Gbogbo ẹnu. Nítorí wọn tá à ń rí lójoojúmọ́ kò fi àárín ẹni sàn kan pé ìlú yìí sì lè dá. Pé àwọn olórí yìí sì lè ṣe tó máa dá láéláé kò lè ṣeé ṣe. Ànitẹ́lòmíì bá síkì lọ́wọ́ tá a wà nítorí 10,000 naira wà láyà kú tí ò bá lówó yẹn lọ́wọ́. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo sọ fún yín. Àwọn kó kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní hospital. Ẹ máa lọ àti general hospital àti private hospital. Káàtì ẹ̀wà general hospital tẹ̀sí tó ẹ máa lọ wo àwọn èèyàn. Ẹ máa wo àwọn èèyàn bó ṣe sùn sínú ìlẹ́lẹ̀ wọn á ní kò sí bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹlòmíín wà tó bá débẹ̀ báwọn ò ní dá lóhùn. O ò lówó lọ́wọ́, wọn ò ní dá ẹ lóhùn. Kò bá òkú fẹlẹ́dẹ̀ ẹ̀ ni. So kí wá ní kí la fẹ́ máa wé ìsìlámù ara fún? Nítorí tí èèyàn kan bá wà ní Nàìjíríà tó bá sì sọ pé Nàìjíríà máa wọ́ọ̀kì àbó wà nílùú òyìnbó wàhálà ọ̀tá Ọlọ́run ìka èèyàn. Àwọn olóṣèlú yìí ẹ jẹ́ káwọn náà come to the level tó jẹ́ pé tálíkà táwọn ní kọ̀ọ̀kan tó jẹ́ pé tó bá pẹ́ ẹnì tó bá fẹ́ rà káwọn náà máa fowó rà. Ṣébí gbogbo nǹkan tó ń lọ ìṣòbọ̀ fẹ́ yìí. So àwọn pípù yìí wọn ò ṣèjọba nítorí èèyàn kankan, wọ́n ń ṣèjọba nítorí fámílì, nítorí ara wọn, nítorí owó tó jẹ́ pé wọn ò lè ná tán tó máa fi jáde láyé. Ẹ wá lọ wo Murtala airport bó ṣe kú everyday. Gbogbo àwọn tó ná opportunity wọ́n sá lọ ni. Wọ́n sá lọ àwọn tó ná opportunity. Bó ṣe jẹ́ pé ilé lábọ̀ sí mi oko. So ara ni àwọn èèyàn gidi ojú dẹ̀ fún àwọn èèyàn tí kì í ṣe kékeré. Last 2 weeks kan ni èèyàn kan sì jábọ́ sí lóko sínú inú omi ní Lẹ́kí bíbáyìí. Ọjọ́ kẹta ló tún rògbò ẹ̀yọ́. Èmi tó fẹ́ bọ́ sí Terminal Bridge ìṣe ló lè mú. Ẹ mọ kí ara ni èèyàn kó dẹ̀ pinnu lọ́kàn rẹ̀ kó máa pààyàn. So ṣé ìjọba tí wọ́n ṣe wọ́n ṣe torí èèyàn, wọ́n ò ṣe torí èèyàn kankan. Yorùbá nation nìkan òun ni lẹ́yìn Ọlọ́run, òun ni àgbọ́kànlé àwa ọmọ ọkọ tí ìṣọmọ àlè àtà ọmọ ọwọ́ tó yàtọ̀ sósì. Kò ní bàjẹ́ fún yóò, kò ní bàjẹ́ fún olóyè Sunday Igboho àti bàbá Akíntóyè. Gbogbo èyí tẹ́ ìdílé tó yẹ tẹ́ dúró tán pátápátá. Tá a bá ń tanra wa ni pé Nàìjíríà máa dá, kò lè dá èpè kan, kò lè dá láéláé, kò lè dá. Kóníkálukú lọ lọ́tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀. That's the best thing. Ṣùgbọ́n pé a ṣẹ̀ ń dúró pé àwọn kan máa ṣe gbáwó máa ṣàgbọ̀n bàbá nàárọ̀ ni. Ẹ̀wọ̀ ẹ kó ètò mi sọ láàánú kó ètò kò ní bàjẹ́ fún yín.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Thank you so much.
Mo fẹ́ lómi láyè kó sọ̀rọ̀.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Let's go to this.
Excuse Mr. African. What is the meaning of the word Nigeria? Is it an African name? Is Nigeria an African name? It means nigger. Niger means nigger.
Go ahead, caller.
Hello.
Ẹ̀gbọ́n sókè. Àgbọ̀yìn.
Hello.
Ẹ ti wà lórí ètò àgbọ̀yìn sà.
Ẹ ṣé gan. A fẹ́ kú òní o. A fẹ́ kú Nàìjíríà. Nàìjíríà ò lè dá láíláí. Ó ń ṣe pé. Ó kàn máa ń yè mí lẹ́nu ni. Báwọn ẹlòmíì ṣe máa sán pọ́n òun mọ̀ túmọ̀ pé ká dá dúró. A wà látijọ́ yìí, wọ́n gba nǹkan kan kúrò lọ́wọ́ wa àtọmọ èèyàn, òní sovereignty. Nàìjíríà níwà pọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn lásán olùbẹ̀rẹ̀ corruption ni, ló ń fa corruption. Nàìjíríà bá ṣe wà yìí ló ń fa corruption. Kábà wà àti Yorùbá kò fa corruption. Because reason tí Yorùbá kábà wà tí
tí ò ṣe lè fa corruption ni pé a máa mọ̀ pé tiwa ni ìtumọ̀ ẹ̀ ní sovereignty wa tiwa ni ẹ wo mi fẹ́ káwa ká ń gbé tòyìn kí wọ́n mi fẹ́ lò yín as example studio yín yẹn bàbá mi ṣé kò ṣe ti yín ni ṣèbí ti yín ni ó mì pé studio yẹn ó máa ní maintenance ó máa ní èèyàn tó ń monitor ọbẹ̀ anybody ò kàn lè wọbẹ̀ irú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ni òyìnbó gbà lọ́wọ́ wa òun ni nàìjíríà gbà lọ́wọ́ wa that is why gẹ́gẹ́ rí pé kí fúlàní bá wá ẹ̀ lè challenge wọn but bẹ́ẹ̀ iṣẹ́ anybody lè wọnú studio yín sẹ́yìn má challenge ẹ̀ because ti yín ni but tí wá wọ́n ti gbà yẹn lọ́wọ́ wa ó ní òyìnbó fẹ́ rísì tó òyìnbó ṣe ń sọ pé ká má break nìyẹn ìkan wọn mọ̀ pé ẹ fẹ́ gba kinní yín padà ni àwọn ọmọ yorùbá mo wá fẹ́ ká jókòó ṣé kinní yìí ò ń ṣe tiwa ni ẹ jẹ́ ká tiẹ̀ jókòó ká bira wa ẹ jẹ́ ká gbàlú ok mo ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ èèyàn kí ni Nigerian foreign policy kí ni Nigerian foreign policy bàbá mi wọ́n kó àwọn èèyàn lẹ́rú ṣé a gbàgbé pé nínú àwọn èèyàn tó ń kó lẹ́rú ìmí ọmọ náà máa kó wọn á di òbílẹ̀ ìmí òbí àtàwọn ọmọ náà kó gbogbo àwọn ẹbí wọn ṣàṣìwà Nàìjíríà ọjọ́ wo la kọ̀ jókòó tí Nàìjíríà kọ̀ jẹ́ ká ronú pé àwọn èèyàn tó tẹ̀ kó ìdá Nàìjíríà ò lè jẹ́ ká ronú bẹ́ẹ̀ inú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn gan kò múnú Ọlọ́run dùn ẹ̀ tí ẹ̀ jókòó kẹ́ Nàìjíríà ò lè jẹ́ kẹrù orí kó lè fi gbó ògo yín ga gbogbo àwọn ọmọ wa tó máa ń lọ sí tí wọ́n bá ti lọ sí Nàìjíríà tí wọ́n bá ti lọ sí federal yẹn àṣìṣe máa ń bá wọn ni gbogbo ògo tí wọ́n bá ní ó máa ń wálẹ̀ ni wọ́n máa fi lè lọ sí federal ẹ máa wo Tinubu gbẹ̀yìn ní ìgbàdúrà bẹ́ẹ̀ fún o but Nàìjíríà òun jẹ́ kí ògo wa tàn ẹ jẹ́ ká kúrò ń bẹ̀ kí là ń dúró gbogbo ọ̀nà ní Nàìjíríà fi pa gbogbo nǹkan wa jẹ́ gbogbo ọ̀nà ní Nàìjíríà fi ba gbogbo nǹkan wa jẹ́ àpọ̀ àwọn ọmọ wa wà ń ta kiri wọ́n ń tàràkà ẹ̀yin òbí ẹ̀dẹ̀ wà nù lé yín ẹ̀dẹ̀ sọ pé ó rí da bẹ́ẹ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà Nàìjíríà ni mò ń rí fásitì sí òbí wa o àwa tá wà ń lo òyìnbó ẹ wà ń lé àwọn ọmọ yín wà ń ta kí iṣẹ́ wo là ń ṣe tí yín ní pé ká kọ̀ máa sẹ́ndì owó sí yín Nàìjíríà gbogbo yín dẹ̀ wà ń bẹ̀ tí ẹ̀ wo ẹkún wá ń bì ẹ jókòó sí Nàìjíríà ẹ̀dẹ̀ ni ó da bẹ́ẹ̀ because à ń sẹ́ndì owó sí yín mọ bá ṣe ń rí lílọ ká kúrò ní ìfẹsọ̀ kankan mi ní ọkùnkọ̀ ẹ̀gbọ́n civil servant ni ó retire at the level of 16 wọ́n gbé lọ sí north ó lọ ṣe principal títí kó fi di inspector ó máa ń máàkì wáyẹ̀kì tí wọ́n máa ń ṣe Nàìjíríà in fact ó máa ń lo oríṣiríṣi pen because grade by grade lọ́wọ́ yẹn ó máa ń máàkì wáyẹ̀kì yẹn ìbá sọ fún yín pé àgídí ni bàbá ìfihàn rí pension ẹ̀gbà àbúrò dádì mi is 86 years old àgídí bàbá kó yẹ pé òun bí the last person ó lè pè anybody ní diaspora pé kí wọ́n máa fò lówó bàbá ń sọ fún mi pé ọ̀gbẹlẹ̀ ń mú Nàìjíríà èmi náà wá sọ́dà wàdà mo ní dádì òjò rọ̀ ni wọ́n ní kò ń ṣerú òjò yẹn pé ọ̀gbẹlẹ̀ ń mú ìmọ̀bù owó tó ń pa fún mi nìyẹn gbogbo wa gbèsè jókòó ká ní Nàìjíríà dà ẹ jẹ́ ká rò ó dáadáa ẹ jẹ́ ká rò ó dáadáa ẹ ṣe gbọ́ ẹlẹ́gbọ́n Nàìjíríà ò dá o kò lè dá láíláí ṣe rí Nàìjíríà yẹn gbọ̀ngbọ̀n ó ní corruption òun gbọ̀ngbọ̀n ní corruption because ó yọ sovereignty kó lọ́wọ́ mi kò lè jẹ́ challenge kan ó yọ kó lọ́wọ́ mi.
ẹ ṣe gan ni sir thank you so much. mo kí
nǹkan tó yìnbó bá tó fún wa gbogbo nǹkan tó yìnbó bá gbélé dé wa pátápátá ló yẹ ká change àtẹ̀sìn àtẹ̀dùkéṣọ̀n àti everything wọn.
ẹja tó gba kọ́lẹ̀ lómi ẹ ṣe gan ẹ̀gbọ́n mi wà thank you so much. mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń wà pẹ̀lú wa lórí program ètò yẹn náà ó ti ń súnmọ́lé láti fi máa mú wálẹ̀ torí pé àsìkò mo kí gbogbo wa a sì ní just 2 calls tá máa gbà kó tó di pé a máa mú ètò yẹn wá sílẹ̀ in just about a few minutes.
Buhari ti sọ̀rọ̀ àti gbọ́. 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 Ó tún yá ṣe bàbá ṣe Buhari ṣe bàbá ṣe Buhari ṣe bàbá ṣe Buhari.
Ọlọ́run ni mo ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ fún yẹn o gbogbo nǹkan tọ́nà fún bàbá mi láyé kò bàbá mi ò tí ì yọ̀ǹda mẹ́sàn-án fún mi ń bẹ̀ ó kọ̀ mí ju ti bàbá mi lọ. gbogbo àti bọ́lá mo dọ́ sí mọ bàbá mi ojúmọ̀ òní mọ́ kọ́mọ́ dà kọ̀ mí nbẹ̀ kan àyídà kẹ́ sọ́n dáadáa tàbí kẹ́ sọ́n burúkú ẹ̀ sàásọ̀ kan omi lọ́lọ́run fún bí n bá sì kú ẹ̀ lè gbà sí mi sí Ọlọ́run ni mo ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ fún yẹn o gbogbo nǹkan tọ́nà.
Another caller, Egbo Soke caller. Let's manage the time because of our time constraint. Ekale,
okay, yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Kí gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá lóòótọ́. So because the question is, what is the Nigerian culture? Nigeria does not have culture.
Okay.
Okay, Nigeria does not have culture, but indigenous people have their culture. Okay. So Nigeria itself, Nigeria is Britain is Nigeria. So by now, ó jẹ́ kí àwọn elite wa tó wà ní ẹ̀fọ́ ti mọ̀ pé Nigeria is Britain, Britain is Nigeria. So for the clear that they don't want Nigeria to separate, because once Nigeria breaks down, okay, that means Britain is going down. That is just it. Nigeria is the life wire of Britain. This is just like what is happening in Burkina Faso, Niger, Mali. Okay, we okay, the Europeans are using us as a float to cover up. Oh, one new scripture. Okay, there is only for a period of time as the Konyala one thing. Even nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Niger, Burkina Faso, Mali, Guinea, similar thing is ó yẹ kó ti máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Nigeria or Ghana, because that is have to be the template that they have to use. Okay, because even Britain, they did even worse things than what the French people did. However, the British and the French people, they know that okay, yeah, once they are pushing the French out, it's still coming to the British government to go out of Nigeria. This is why they want to hold Nigeria so firm. This is why we see the chief of military staff of Britain, sort of chief of the year staff in Nigeria. Deal will not need together. Because they know where this thing is going. Because they will do everything not to make Nigeria be separate. Because Nigeria, separation of Nigeria or to Nigeria to separate, that means there's no United Kingdom. Gbogbo èyí tí wọ́n kàn sọ pé referendum of Scotland, referendum of Wales, I will tell you a secret. That is just a lie. You have to take that one play out. So say, okay, yeah, you see, yeah, Scotland wants to go, Ireland wants to go, but we know that for now we won't give that referendum. Even if they give that referendum, they will still see that, okay, yeah, with some margin, they still have to be in the United Kingdom. They will never separate. According to the prophecy, this is an island with a lot of nations, which are four. It's in the scripture. They will never separate because God wants to destroy them at once. This is what is happening. But what they are trying to do now, the British government, is that not to let Nigeria separate. We know what is going on in Southeast Nigeria. We know that there's war here. The why is that they don't make it more open? Why is it the Nigerian government don't want to make it open? Because they don't want the whole Nigeria to be on fire. And it's Britain that is behind it. So I want to like and now talking about all these Yoruba politicians. Why they don't come and say they want to give a support to Yoruba nation? They will never do that. Once they do that, they are going to the contrary to the agreement they signed with the Nigerian government. They will never do it. Like this, we see the Biafran. No politician is supporting them. So if we say we are waiting for all these politicians to come, we will wait for donkey years. We just have to go the way we are doing it. We have to go and protest all the if it don't not they will go out today. But if they come politician,
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, again, àwọn ọlọ́pọlọ ló ń pè láti bá wa dá sí. We take one more call, and that will bring the program to the end. This is going to be the last caller. Egbo's okay. Our caller on the line. About mute the background there, please. Your light were on.
Hello.
It was live. Go ahead, sir.
Ọláyọmí kò kí ẹ kú ṣẹ́ wọ ẹkú ètò.
Bàbá ni ẹ sà.
Ṣé rí ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà tá a bá sọ àdásókè nígbàgbà ibi pẹlẹbẹ náà ló máa fi lélẹ̀. Nàìjíríà ò lè dá, kò sí ọgbọ́n tí wọ́n lè dá. Tí wọ́n bá mú Jesus Christ of Nazareth tó fi di president, tó mú ànábì wa Muhammad.
Mo fẹ́ ká máa lo phrase ẹ̀jẹ̀ ká tẹ̀ fìyẹn sílẹ̀. Let's use ẹ̀jẹ̀ ká lo Obama ká lo other things. Ẹ má ká tẹ̀ máa lo àwọn phrase. So but go ahead.
Nigeria can never work. Ṣẹ́rí mo ti sọ nígbà tí a bẹ̀rẹ̀ Yorùbá nation, mo ti sọ nígbà yẹn. Mo ní tí a bá sọ pé jẹ̀lẹ́kẹ́ la fẹ́ ṣe, a máa pẹ́ńbẹ̀ bàjẹ́. Bí jẹ̀lẹ́kẹ́ la fẹ́ ṣe, a máa pẹ́ńbẹ̀ gidi gan. Nítorí àwọn olórí burúkú tí wọ́n wà lókè yìí, àwọn ò rẹ́dì láti fi ibẹ̀ lẹ̀. Wọ́n ṣe múra àti rìtáyà náà mú ọmọ àti ọmọ tó ń fà wọ́n wọlé lọ́tún lọ́sì. Mo ti sọ pé tá a bá tí ì lé wọn gba ojú wíńdò wọ́n sáré kàbàkàbà à ń ṣeré ni o. Mo ti sọ bí ọdún méjì sẹ́yìn mo ti sọ nígbà tá a bẹ̀rẹ̀ Yorùbá nation. Mo dẹ̀ wà lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ìdárò ọ̀la. Tó bá jẹ́ pé a fẹ́ ṣe ọmọlúwàbí, in fact ọdún márùn-ún lè dá ṣe wà lórí Yorùbá nation. Ṣùgbọ́n tí a bá ti fi èèyàn méjì jókòó tó ti gbọ́ pé méjì ti lọ àbí mẹ́rin ti escape, ẹ máa rí i pé everybody máa stay strike. Torí ẹ̀ lẹ́sẹ̀ lẹ́wọ̀n ọba ẹ̀rọ àwọn olóyè lẹ́wọ̀n èèyàn tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ tí ò ṣe tí wọ́n sábà máa Yorùbá tá à ń ọ̀sùn pé kán lè kó òun ìyà. Gbogbo àwọn tá à ń jàjà ẹ̀kọ́ sẹ́ni tọ́lọ̀ ò ṣe fàfẹ́ tó bá ní tòótọ́. Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn tí yà ń jẹ gangan problem wọn ni pé tó bá ti lè rí èèyàn kan tó fún wọn ní 500 lójoojúmọ́ wọ́n lè kú torí ẹni yẹn. So that is the problem. So ẹ kú ètò Ọlọ́run á kó wa yọ nínú wàhálà yẹn o.
Tó mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa, mo ṣe ń rí ọ́díò tí bàbá yìí fi ránṣẹ́ kọ́là ìwà náà ni àdánù wọ́kọ̀ rí wọ́n ní this is a new song for Dúpẹ́ Onídọ̀tí láti July 19. I don't know what is inside. Let's listen to it. Let's listen to it. Mo kàn bá pàdé ní.
Ìjà lé onílé fi bó tiẹ̀ lẹ́yìn. Dúpẹ́ òparọ́ jẹun jágbóhùn lẹ́nu ẹ̀. Fún wa lórí tuntun Dúpẹ́ Onírọ́ jágbóhùn lẹ́nu ẹ̀.
DJ YK múlẹ̀.
Àwọn tó wà ní orílẹ̀-èdè wa ní orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá náà ti ọgbọ́n ìjàmbá sọ fọ́nbọ̀ wọ́n ti ju àwọn akáwa ní ìlú àkùrà lókè ìlú òkè wọ́n ti ju àwọn akáwa lọ. Àwọn tó wà ní wọ́n ti tán. Ó fún mi ní agbára láti lè tún sọ̀rọ̀ ní ìgbìmọ̀ àgbáyé lọ́wọ́ àṣọ lórí yẹn. Lórí àwọn tó ń dá àwọn ìmọ̀ ti sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́wọ́ àgbáyé. Níbi àwọn èèyàn wa nínú
Mo máa láìkì tíráàkì tí dádì wa ẹ máa ṣe kẹ ẹjá gbọ́ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí i.
Ó yá Dúpẹ́ Onírọ́ jẹ́ ká gbóhùn lẹ́nu ẹ Dúpẹ́ Onídìrí Onídọ̀tí ìjà lọ ìjà lé onílé fi bó tiẹ̀ lẹ́yìn Dúpẹ́ òparọ́ jẹun já gbóhùn lẹ́nu ẹ fún wa lórí tuntun Dúpẹ́ Onírọ́ já gbóhùn lẹ́nu ẹ.
Já gbóhùn lẹ́nu ẹ.
DJ YK múlẹ̀.
múlẹ̀ 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 ìrọ́pọ̀ 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 dúpẹ́ ìrọ́pọ̀ 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 dúpẹ́ ìrọ́pọ̀ dúpẹ́ ìrọ́pọ̀ òkìyà mi kíkẹ́ lọ́mọ dúpẹ́ I'm almost done just less than 3 minutes. Ìrọ́pọ̀ ìrọ́pọ̀ dúpẹ́ onídọ̀tí dúpẹ́ onírọ́ 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 ìrọ́pọ̀ 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 ìrọ́pọ̀. Ṣé pélé rẹ ti sẹ́ǹtì mi láti July níbo ni mo wá wà tí mo gbọ́ lè kẹ́ ó dà a máa fi sínú soundtrack wa dúpẹ́ onírọ́ ẹ gbójú wèrè jáde ojú wèrè kúrò ń bẹ̀ ẹ ṣé Tinubu ṣé bàbá mo wá kí gbogbo yín pátápátá láti ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí Twitter space mo kí máa kàn máa dárúkọ randomly because son mi gan ti sọ pé daddy òun ti nídìí yàrá yìí o I have to go now and we have done almost our 3 hours 2 hours 51 minutes. So let me quickly appreciate as many of you. Just Reason says, I agree with the caller 100%. Yami Sanjo Beauty. I'm sure pé gbogbo àwọn ọmọ yẹn tó ń ṣerun wọ́n padà lọ sí school. Ẹ make sure pé ẹ̀ ń gba owó gidi lọ́wọ́ wọn o. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Mr. Perry, good evening to you. Mr. Dada Molamide kan báwo ní Ghana. Azeez, oní Koiki gbogbo media. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, Dúpẹ́ Onídọ̀tí, Dúpẹ́ Dagboru. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Yẹmí Fátókẹ́. Shout out to those of you on the TikTok. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí MixLR mo tẹ̀ mọ́ mi tí mo ti dé bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti dárúkọ yín. I only have just few minutes. Mr. Jimoh Moses mo kí yín mo dẹ̀ ti promise kí n máa kí gbogbo yín. Bàbá wa Jimoh Adéọ̀ṣun mo kí bàbá mi Alhaji Alabi Bashir Ìdòwú Michael, happy Sunday to you. It's the first Sunday of the month of September. Mr. Dekunle Moshood Taiwo Shonudo bàbá mi Dennis bàbá dáadáa mo péré àwọn dádì wa lánàá ní Germany àlàáfíà ni a máa ríra wa. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin bàbá wa tí ẹ ti ṣe wàhálà tẹ́ ti kúrò lé nǹkan ti change o kò ń ṣe Nàìjíríà tẹ́ fi sílẹ̀ yẹn Nàìjíríà yẹn ó ti lulẹ̀ ó ti lulẹ̀ pa so it's not that Nigeria. Akí bàbá lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí bàbá Akíntóyè mo kí ìyá mi Amudalat ìwà pẹ̀lú ẹ̀wà mo kí ẹ sista Tèmítèmí ìyá mi Gbémilékè Sodiq Adeleke gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní month of September happy birthday in advance. Mosun Ṣẹ́gun mọ́mì mi Abọ́sẹ̀dé ẹ ṣé gan ni mo rí ọwọ́ yín ní ìjẹta ẹ ṣé gan ni a máa pọ̀ lọ́wọ́ yín tí ẹ lè máa fi fún àwa náà. Bàbá mi Ṣítù Ọmọwùnmí thank you so much bàbá Kúnlé Ṣítà mo kí yín. Ajíbọ́lá Ọláṣílé mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin Ìjẹ̀bú Òde pátápátá láìyọ ẹnìkankan sílẹ̀ gbogbo òòṣà Ìjẹ̀bú Òde mo kí yín mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin bàbá wa a kí àwọn ọmọ Biafra náà a kí àwọn tí wọ́n fẹ́ òmìnira. Mo wá lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mo kí ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń bẹ lórí ètò tí ẹ wà pẹ̀lú wa throughout the program. Ìfẹ́olúwa Olúmídé Azeez Adéyẹmí Jack Oríṣọlá say yes Yoruba race should be independent. Rẹ̀mílẹ́kùn Adélẹ́yẹ mo kí yín mà mo kí ya mi grandma Comfort Adélẹ́yẹ Ọlálékan Zobo Akeem Ayọ̀délé Ògúnmọ́dédé Monday Prince Adébáyọ̀ Shitu Adéwùsì Owólabí Quadri mo kí yín mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin ti sàlẹ̀ Èkó mo kí ní Abẹ́òkúta mo kí lẹ́kìtì wọ́n ní wí ibi tó ti ń ṣe bẹ́rí àkàn bí àwọ̀ tọ́jú ẹni yẹn dáadáa ẹ wá fẹ́ máa lọ ṣòkú ọ̀yà gbé gbogbo building wálẹ̀ kọ́lọ̀ kó wà pẹ̀lú wa. Innovate shout out to you Qualitech my brother I love you too much mo kí bàbá Prophet Ogundele Dizzy Man mo bá another prophet kan sọ̀rọ̀ lánàá wọ́n ní Kóìkì mo ń sọ fún yẹn ọmọ yìí mo kí bàbá wa okay ilẹ̀ tún send sí mi ṣé n ta lè play mi báyìí.
ẹ ká sọ sá ọ̀gá mi.
àìrọ a máa play yẹn later máa gbọ́ later. Bàbá wa Adéọ̀ṣun a máa gbé yín wá ẹ máa wá bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ètò ìgbìn tẹ́ ń ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. Màmá wa Janet Fashakin ẹ kúṣẹ́ takuntakun mà. Nnamdi Kanu sọ some years gan lele if you don't let Nigeria to die Nigeria will take you out. We continue to pray for his good health. He's not doing very well. Bàbá wa Akérédolú kọlọ̀mbà fún yín lálàáfíà o. Tọ́lọ̀ bá ti wá fún yín lálàáfíà ẹ bá wa gbé Yorùbá nation ẹ bá wa gbé lárugẹ ní kíákíá láì fi ọ̀tá pè. Dádì Yátì kọ́lọ̀ ọ̀bẹ Elédùmarè Ọlọ́run jẹ́ ká rí ẹ o. I don't know whether you are still alive or you are dead. Àdògán àtàlájì Fatai Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kí a rí òkú gbà padà. Ìgbòho Òòṣà ọba Elédùmarè á bá ń dúró tiẹ̀. Tolúlọpá Rótilé Ọlọ́run á bá ń dúró tiẹ̀. Mo kí gbogbo wọn. Rebecca tó kọ́lọ́n fọ́run kẹ. Èyí tẹ̀ ń jàjà ẹ̀sìn ẹ lọ ṣe sùúrù díẹ̀. Ìtàgbédání Dr. Chinelo àwọn Biafra tó ti pa Jùmọ̀kẹ́ Bámiṣé gbogbo wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ Nàìjíríà ti jẹyàn rẹpẹtẹ tó kọ́lọ́n ọba Elédùmarè kí ó jẹ́ kí a rí ìlọsíwájú. Mo kí bàbá wa ọba Adéyẹyè Ògúnwùsì Ọ̀jájá II. Mo wá lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mo kí bàbá wa tí a fi tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀ dárúkọ Akíntóyè. Tó a ní rí jù báyìí lọ lórí ètò ti tàṣálẹ́ yìí. Kọ́lọ́n ọba Elédùmarè kó má jẹ́ kí a ṣe lè ní àṣemọ. Èmi náà lẹ tún máa bá ní gbogbo ìgbà. Ẹni bá ní mò ní dé ni mò ní èmi ní mò ní èyí lẹ máa lọ oyè yìí nísìn. Nurudeen Ajani Busari mo kí ẹ Comrade Plan B lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí mo kí Akin Games ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Ṣẹ́gun ọ̀nà mo kí Kúnlé Bakers Yejaya Ijaya and as many of you Kíkẹ́ Lọ́mọ my beautiful sisters Ọlọ́run bá wa pẹ̀lú gbogbo yín o. Yorùbá Nation now Ìbàdàn City mo ń bọ̀ wá jámàlà láìpẹ́ ó kù díẹ̀ ẹni tó bá náà like my presentation you don't have to sit here. Mo kí gbogbo yín grandma there's so many things on the social media you can go and waste your time there. We are here to educate people. Yoruba movement, shout out to you. Great for life, thank you so much. And those of you that disagree with us, thank you so much as well. YNF 2207, especially all our beautiful sisters. I don't want anybody to start using the influence of that money. You know, when you can make your own money, buy your own house, drive big cars, you know, and then have a good husband or boyfriend or girlfriend, and you become husband and wife. And that's exactly what is going on in that shito country. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin grandma tí ẹ̀ ń bẹ lórí ètò pẹ̀lú wa. Wherever you are listening, mọ́mí mi grandma Felicia Ajayi, Ọláníyì Odúnẹ́wò mo kí yín. If I don't, DG75, thank you so much. If I didn't mention your name, don't get angry. Mo kí ẹ̀yin Hausa náà in the northern part of Nigeria, a shout out to you as well. My name is Olami Koiki. I am the last man standing of Yoruba Nation. Tó bá ti ń rí àwọn tó kù, ìbẹ̀lẹ̀ energy tèmi ti máa dìde. Ìgbòho Òòṣà for life. Let's play Jẹ́kọ́mọ̀ Àtòmálọ. We have just 3 minutes. Ọmọ mi ti sọ fún mi pé dad, I need a room man. You know, kàdí ṣe tán dáadé náà látẹ̀ nǹkan. So ẹ jẹ́ kí n kàn play Ìgbòho Òòṣà Àtòmálọ mò ń bọ̀. Kò tí jáde because mo ti prepare video náà. Jẹ́kọ́mọ̀ ó ti tó jẹ́ mẹ́ta kan ti play. Jẹ́kọ́mọ̀ tó bá mọ̀ òun náà ló ń pè bẹ́ẹ̀ Jẹ́kọ́mọ̀ ni Ìgbòho Òòṣà ìmọ́lẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ẹni bá ní kò ní dé bá gbogbo yín pátápátá atọ́ba ní àtijọ́yè kò ní dé bá gbogbo yín pátápátá ilẹ̀ ti máa lọ ó yá gbóhùn sókè Jẹ́kọ́mọ̀ tá a gbóhùn ẹ̀. Jẹ́kọ́mọ̀ 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 ìránṣì Ìgbòho gbogbo ẹni tó bá ní kò ní dé gbogbo máa ṣán kókó tó dé ni. Let's go Eunice kí mi náà tó lọ jókòó kí wọ́n relax. Thank you so much everyone. Inshallah lágbára Ọlọ́run adélẹ̀ rere kù díẹ̀ ni. The love is too much. Jẹ́kọ́mọ̀ let's go. Gbogbo ẹni tẹ́ wà ní sọ́kà mo kí. My name is Olami Koiki. If you're joining this platform for the first time, you know, we love you, we appreciate you. It might not be the kind of taste of what you want to listen to, but Nigeria is not going to work. It's as simple as that. And thank you to all our callers, our contributors, every one of you that didn't comment. You're just sitting there every time watching. Ẹ wo bí tó fẹ́ já sí, ó máa já sí rere. Wàláì. Torí àní kúrò lẹ́yìn Bàbá Akíntóyè, àní kúrò lẹ́yìn Ìgbòho, àní kúrò lẹ́yìn Dr. Òkèbíọ̀rùnkòsí, ìyá Janet Fáṣákin, gbogbo àwọn ìyá wa, àwọn akíkanjú obìnrin, ìyá mi Àníkì, gbogbo yín pátápátá, Koiki Media, ó dúró tì í tán, títí dé gbogbo ẹ̀yin Yonkan. Any media to dá lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀yẹn fi tó kù sílẹ̀. I'll deal with every single one of them. I will educate you. You will be angry. You will spit at your politician at some point. And on that note, have a very good evening and enjoy the rest of the day. And tí bá dárúkọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí, ẹ má fi ṣèbínú rárá. Mo fojú pa anybody rẹ̀. You all mean so much to us, and we will continue to appreciate you. Oran Yola Masun. Once again, have a very good evening and bye for now. Koiki Media, bringing the world closer to your doorstep. I am the last man standing.